Yeah. This is Smoke News TV. We back in the building. Let's get to it. Smoke News TV, where the truth gets revealed. Every headline getting peeled, every rumor getting grilled. Hip hop industry drama, every deal. If it's making noise, then you know I'm in the field. Smoke News TV. I sit back and wait on it, cause the truth always rises when the smoke starts clearing. Smoke News TV. We back in the building. Breaking down the latest, every story got layers. Everybody got opinions, I'ma do the homework first. Looking past the captions, digging deeper than the surface. Cause every viral headline don't determine what the truth is. Beef, contracts, albums, interviews. Who's making power moves, who's just chasing views. Some call it gossip, I call it research. Connecting every dot before I give my first words. If it's solid, I'ma say it. If it's weak, I'ma call it. If I catch somebody moving funny, that's nasty work. Close Smoke News TV. We back in the building. Smoke News TV. We back in the. No bias over here, I just call what I see. Whether legends or the rookies, everybody gets reviewed. Culture over clout, that's the code I live by. Every episode, another conversation amplified. So yo, if you're rocking with the movement, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel and hype your boy up. Every time the smoke rises, you already know where to pull up. Smoke News TV. We back in the building. This is Smoke News TV. We back in the building. Let's get to it. Smoke News TV, where the truth gets revealed. Every headline getting peeled, every rumor getting grilled. Hip hop industry drama, every deal. If it's making noise, then you know I'm in the field.
Smash that like button when you coming in the building. Smash the
Sit
like
back and
button
wait on
when
it,
you coming in the building. Give me
cause
that
the truth always rises when the smoke starts clearing. Smoke News TV. We back in the building. Breaking down the latest, every story got layers. Everybody got opinions, I'ma do the homework first. Looking past the captions, digging deeper than the surface. Cause every viral headline don't determine what the truth is. Beef, contracts, albums, interviews. Who's making power moves, who's just chasing views. Some call it gossip, I call it research. Connecting every dot before I give my first words. If it's solid, I'ma say it. If it's weak, I'ma call it. If I catch somebody moving funny, that's nasty work. Close Smoke News TV. We back in the building. Smoke News TV. We back in the. No bias over here, I just call what I see. Whether legends or the rookies, everybody gets reviewed. Culture over clout, that's the code I live by. Every episode, another conversation amplified. So yo, if you're rocking with the movement, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel and hype your boy up. Every time the smoke rises, you already know where to pull up. Smoke News TV. We back in the building.
Back in the building. We back in the building. What y'all thought I was gonna go to sleep tonight? Y'all probably like, man, Smoke ain't jumping on. He did 3 hours. Last night he did 5. Yeah, this shit don't stop, gang. This shit don't stop. We keep on going. We keep it moving. Only people that sleep is the lazy people. You can't sleep if you want to get it. You're trying to get the bag, you can't sleep. You got to keep going, man. Trying to get shit done, you got to keep going, man. Salute to everybody that's in the building, man. I appreciate the love. Shout out to all my mods, man. Shout out to all my mods. Shout out to everybody that's coming in, man. Shout out to everybody that's coming in the building. Make sure y'all do me a favor and smash that like button while y'all coming in the building. Do me that favor. That junk is absolutely free. If you want to support the channel, you can get your membership, Team Smoke. You can also support it by Cash App is on the banner. And you can support it by the Super Chat. Also, it's a 3 dot on the video. Hit the 3 dot on the video. You'll see the hype button. Smash that hype button also. And share the video, too. Never forget to share all these videos on all platforms. That's how we bring more people into the building. Yeah, got to put that work in, Katrina. You already know what it is. Got to put that work in. So y'all helping me. If without y'all, I can't do it. So shout out to y'all too. And shout out to all the new subscribers that been joining. Couldn't do it without y'all, you dig? Can't do it by myself. I'm just saying by myself and talk like, yeah, this is going down today. This is that. Ain't nobody watching. Nah, you gotta build a platform up. You gotta grind. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. That's how I built my platform, man. I built this shit when I was working 2 jobs. Let's start there. I've been what, 3 years and some change since we built this. Let's get this copyright out the way. Copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find it in my description on my channel. Everything that I speak on over here is absolutely for educational, entertainment purpose. Again, copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find it in my description on my channel. Everything that I speak on over here is absolutely for educational and entertainment purpose. Clips and videos I play, they also owned by the original creators. Yeah, it's a lot of nasty stories out there, man. I figured we jump back on today, review this whole shit that's going on. We're gonna review the extended audio because everybody driving me crazy. Yo, man, you gotta get the extended audio. This and that, and come on, man, the extended audio. I'm like, man, god damn, like, all right, we're gonna go through that today again. We're gonna go through all that. Yeah, once you come in the building, then that's what I meant to put on that profile picture, bro. Where that picture at again? I knew I missed something. Put that. Damn. Hold up, gang. Yeah, for the people coming in, come on. We already got 100-something people, man. Smash that nothing like button. Cause we don't have to go live earlier. Shout out to Miss Special. Yeah, we back, Miss Special. You already know, man. I ain't tired. I just got myself together, ate some food, know what I mean? You already know the vibe. I don't know. Yo, you know what's crazy? They got that reward money. And I wonder how people in Ocean Springs feel about that shit. I wonder if they want to get that reward money. Oh yeah, this is a way better picture right here. And, I wonder how they feel about that reward money, to be honest. Yeah, let me set this up right quick. Yeah. Yep, there you go. Perfect. Yeah, man, that audio, I ain't gonna lie though, that audio tells everything, man. Ain't nobody gonna tell me that audio don't tell nothing. That audio absolutely tells everything, man. It tells everything. Katie better get that money. I'm telling you. It's up to 225 now special. That's crazy. Yeah, I won't be surprised if they calling that hotline like crazy. I won't be surprised. But you know what's crazy about it? I wonder what phone they calling. Is they calling the sheriff phones? The ones that, they kind of stalling back and hesitating, dropping a autopsy and all this. Is they calling Jackson State, the sheriff department, Ocean Springs down there, whatever? Or they calling Ben Crumb? Because you got different hotlines over here. I think the reward money is actually Ben Crumb's, obviously, because Ocean Springs haven't still put no money up. You would think Ocean Spring would be like, you know what? Y'all put 225, 125. We'll put 10, 15 on top of that over here in Ocean Springs. They didn't even put 10, 15,000 on the board, bro. That's how tight they been. You would think they'll put some type of reward money to try to find out some information. That's what make this shit spooky too. Why y'all ain't putting no reward money? Don't you want to find out information? Instead, you got the sheriff coming to the podium. Yeah, anybody out there with pictures and photos and videos, I appreciate if y'all send us. It'll help out once you put a reward money. Since nobody on the island want to come out and speak, well, y'all said y'all spoke to people, certain people, whatever. I guess y'all gonna keep it to yourself, which is kind of strange to me. At least you should get the public some type of statement about the interviews you've been doing. Y'all ain't doing that either. So my thing is, if nobody on the island don't want to interview, give us any statement, we're gonna put a reward out there too. So now we got an Ocean Spring reward and we got Ben Crump reward them. Like I don't understand why they don't do that shit. That's how I know they BSing down there. Y'all holding a lot of shit down there allegedly, and everything I speak on is alleged. Yeah, tight knit community. Yeah, we in a tight knit community. And then you got this bozo dude earlier, little Trey. Yeah, Ocean Springs tastes we stay tight. It's a tight knit community. You don't think you want to fool with Ocean Springs? We all stick together down here, buddy. Like, man, get your goofy ass. What's a tight knit community? Nobody, man, listen, yeah, tight knit community. Y'all ain't had Nolan back, right? Yeah, I said back. Well, all the group and tight knit community, yeah. Why ain't nobody speaking up on Nolan? Y'all don't love Nolan down there? Damn, he played football for y'all and everything. Make it make sense. That man was out there catching touchdowns for Ocean Spring. Y'all don't put no reward. Y'all don't show no type of love. That's crazy. Yo, shout out to Stutter, man. Shout out for the $10 on super chat. I thought about the Slick. He said, I thought about what Slick could have been saying. Well, one of the friends used to date Katie, and with Nolan leaving on Monday, Nolan was like, I'm gonna shoot my shot. That's why they was like, boy, you crazy. Oh, I get what you're saying. You trying to say basically because Nolan was going to practice, he was out of there Monday. So before the Fourth of July weekend, basically started saying that Nolan had a whole mission, like I'm about to shoot my shot with this girl Katie. Mm, mm. But see, you know what's crazy, Stutter? I think Katie had a bugged out ex-boyfriend or somebody. Whoever Katie was dealing with, allegedly, I think that dude was bugged out. I think he was a jealous dude. I think he had an anger temper. He probably didn't want nobody hollering at Katie, especially not no kid like Nolan. And that shit probably went left. And I think that whoever Katie's boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, I think Warren, all of them know who that kid is. All of them. And I think they probably scared of that kid. It could be all types of narratives, though. It could be all types of narratives, man. Anybody that got opinions, I'm gonna go by what y'all said. We're gonna put it together. Did anybody heard about the judge getting pregnant? Allegedly. Allegedly. He said we was all 18. That's a fact. We was all 18 once upon a time, man. So you gotta put yourself in that cat, know what I mean? Females and males. Ladies and gentlemen, we was all 18. Ladies, don't act like y'all wasn't running around, man. Bugging out back then, know what I mean? Come on, ladies. We all had our moments. Don't act like y'all wasn't running around being little players out there either, lady. We all had our moments, man, at 18, man. Smoke the hotline numbers, the judge and the sheriff office number. So it's today on Willie D show. Wow. That's a bad hotline to have, to be honest. But I think Ben Crump got his own on phone too, because they said they receiving phone calls too. He said, y'all gotta bring that girl Poon Poon in the mix. That's what I was saying. We was all 18, girl. I mean, ladies too, but y'all know y'all that. Y'all was running around, man, giving that poon poon to y'all favoritism. Y'all had favoritisms. We're gonna say favoritisms. Y'all had y'all little favoritisms back then, and that's what the ones y'all choose. But don't act like y'all wasn't being a little player back then when y'all was 18 either. Y'all just had y'all favoritisms. That's all that. Shout out to my ladies, man. Back in the days when y'all was 18 out here in these streets, man. Nah, don't be calling me that. I got my favoritisms, though. I got my favorites. Yeah, I bet you do got your favorite son, baby. You got your favorite son, you got your favorites. I blame the poom poom on everything. He said ladies in the chat acting all nice and shit. Yeah, right, I'm telling you. Miss Special them acting like they wasn't running around when they was 18. Nah, man. I play Miss Special. Chain all y'all, know what I mean? Ash, and I see you, Ash. Don't try to hide. I see you. You was 18 once upon a time, boo. Katrina too, and Miss KK too. We was all 18 once upon a time. Baby doll, I see you, baby doll. Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, I see you, Black Barbie. Yeah, back in them 90s and shit. Hell yeah. Especially in them little house parties. Don't let me get started. Shit. Shit, smooth. Yeah, let's get this shit started though, man. All right, man. Let's go through a couple of clips, man. Like I said, man, we're gonna sit here and review a couple of shit that we're doing. Let's start off with the how the situation started and how it ended. Let's go through a couple of clips. It's like a little 4 parts, so everybody can catch up with what the hell's going on. And we're gonna talk our shit and review a lot of shit. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share your video. You already know the vibes, man. Support the channel.
Fully corroborated one. The same as a fully corroborated one, and it's worth keeping that distinction clear as this case continues to develop. Here's where the GPS data gets genuinely interesting, and where it introduces a detail that hasn't appeared in any account we've covered so far. After returning to the original dock, the boat didn't simply stay there for the night. According to the data, it left again, traveling into Fort Bayou at 5:52 that evening. It returned to the dock at 6:06. Then, later that same evening, at 7:19, the boat went to the Fort Bayou boat launch. From there, it appears to have been towed overland, presumably by a vehicle, to the residence of the boat's owners in Biloxi. Sit with that sequence for a second. The boat arrives back at its home dock around 4:30 in the afternoon. Then, roughly 90 minutes later, it goes back out for a 14-minute round trip into Fort Bayou. Then, about an hour after that, it makes a third movement to a boat launch before finally being trailered home for the night. Nobody, in any interview, any press conference, any witness account we've reviewed so far, has mentioned this second trip. Not Judge Cole's statement, not Elmore's account of retrieving the keys.
You see, and that's just crazy because they never want to talk about the second trip. They never want to talk about the second time they stopped. They paused for a minute. They was chilling. What was y'all doing? Was Nolan on the boat? Y'all was trying to figure it out. What y'all was gonna do? Cause y'all was panicking. Y'all didn't know what to do. Y'all, oh my God, we don't know what to do, dude. What we gonna do, man? Yo, stop at the dock over there so we can figure it out. Calm down a little bit, guys. Calm down, buddies. And I can hear them all say, buddies, hey, calm down. They probably stopped at the dock, chilled for a little bit. They said they chilled for a moment. What y'all was chilling for? Where's the video on the dock? Docks, a lot of docks nowadays got cameras. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Let's continue. It's a lot of questions, man.
Not Javon returned to the dock at 6 after returning. The same as a fully corroborated one, and it's worth keeping that distinction clear as this case continues to develop. Here's where the GPS data gets genuinely interesting, and where it introduces a detail that hasn't appeared in any account we've covered so far. After returning to the original dock, the boat didn't simply stay there for the night. According to the data, it left again, traveling into Fort Bayou at 5:52 that evening. It returned to the dock at 6:06.
That's a lot of time. You left at what it said 5:42, and you ain't come back till 7. What the hell y'all was doing? You know you done effed up, huh? Y'all know y'all done effed up, huh? Hey, hey, buddies. Y'all know y'all done effed up, huh? What y'all was doing? Y'all know y'all done effed up, huh? Mm-mm-mm.
Genuinely interesting, and where it introduces a detail that hasn't appeared in any account we've covered so far. After returning to the original dock, the boat didn't simply stay there for the night. According to the data, it left again, traveling into Fort Bayou at 5:52 that evening. It returned to the dock at 6:06. Then, later that same evening, at 7:19, the boat went to the Fort Bayou boat launch. From there, it appears to have been towed overland, presumably by a vehicle, to the residence of the boat's owners in Biloxi.
Hello. Who on the boat? Grandpa. So y'all bust this stop, bust a little few minutes. I think 6 something they got there. Left, came back. I mean, there was too much traveling going on for a mechanical boat problem. Y'all know y'all done effed up, huh? I told y'all they got help through this whole situation, bro. I can hear people saying clearly, calm the hell down, boys. We're gonna figure this out. Some adults. Calm down. We're gonna figure it out. It's not your fault. Calm down, Warren. It's not your fault. Calm down. We're gonna figure this out. Calm down, Wyatt. We're gonna figure this out. Some adult was telling them to calm down. Not just one, not just two, but three. Because they're all in cahoots with each other. Their parents know each other and everything. You think they want what their kids not going down for this shit at that moment? We're gonna figure it out. Bring it to the dock over here. Bring it to grandpa's house, allegedly. Everything I say is alleged. Remember when they said they seen somebody cleaning the boat at night? Remember, that's a narrative. We don't know how true that is, but somebody spotted somebody cleaning the boat at night over there by whatever the hell that boat was at. Yo, I think his body, not for nothing, allegedly, I think they kept his body to a certain amount of hours and they brought that body back to the island with help. Not just the college kids, because I don't think they smart enough to pull some shit like that off at this moment. They kept that body on the boat, somewhere in the docks where the hell they had that boat at, covered it up, all that shit. They did everything they had to do, came back a couple hours later, allegedly, and they brought that body back somehow, some way. And let me tell you something. If you think you can't turn a GPS off a boat, you can actually do that. Ask anybody in the chat that know about boats. If I'm wrong, put it in the chat. Because I think whatever they use to go take that body back, they obviously didn't use a GPS boat. They probably used some small shit, some quick shit just to come back, a little speedboat. We don't know. There's ways to get around this shit. They're from that town. They're from that area. They know the ins and out of the island. They know what to do. They know people that been there decades before them. They family members, and they know what to do also. They got help. They got help, bro. From that private dock. That's a fact. That's a private dock. A private dock, you could do anything, bro. You could do anything on a private dock. Ain't nobody going over there looking for you and all that. Nah, you can leave a body there for a whole day if you want to. And bring back the body when it's a good time. When shit cool down a little bit. They got the ins and out. They one of their mamas a judge and all that. You don't think they can make a quick phone call? Hurry up, do it now. Everything's kind of cool down right now. Boom, they out there. No, yo, let me tell y'all something. Just because they found the body on the island, they didn't close that island, bro. I don't think they closed this shit down. They probably closed it down today. But there's somehow, some way, that body got brought back. I don't care what nobody say. The way it was placed, everything. Somebody brought that body back. We just don't know how and when and how the hell they pulled that off. Smash that like button. We got 400 and some people in the building. Let's get up to 200 likes, gang. Do me that favor. Let's get to 200 likes. And if you want to join the Team Smoke, grab your membership. Do me that favor. Support the channel. Grab your membership. Team Smoke. Cash App is in the banner and Super Chat is in the chat. But smash the like button. That junk is free. It ain't charging you nothing. And share the video. Let's continue, though. They said 5 p.m., 7 p.m. Make it make sense. That's what I'm saying, Dante. That's a lot of hours, son. It's a lot of, that's enough time to do what you got to do right there. Let's continue, though.
GPS data gets genuinely interesting, and where it introduces a detail that hasn't appeared in any account we've covered so far. After returning to the original dock, the boat didn't simply stay there for the night. According to the data, it left again, traveling into Fort Bayou at 5:52 that evening. It returned to the dock at 6:06. Then, later that same evening, at 7:19, the boat went to the Fort Bayou boat launch. From there, it appears to have been towed overland, presumably by a vehicle, to the residence of the boat's owners in Biloxi. Sit with that sequence for a second. The boat arrives back at its home dock around 4:30 in the afternoon. Then, roughly 90 minutes later, it goes back out for a 14-minute round trip into Fort Bayou. Then, about an hour after that, it makes a third movement to a boat launch before finally being trailered home for the night. Nobody, in any interview, any press conference, any witness account we've reviewed so far has mentioned this second trip. Back out for a sequence for a second. The boat arrives back at its home dock around 4:30 in the afternoon. Then, roughly 90 minutes later, it goes back out for a 14-minute round trip into Fort Bayou. Then, about an hour after that, it makes a third movement to a boat launch before finally being trailered home for the night. Nobody, in any interview, any press conference, any witness account we've reviewed so far, has mentioned this second trip. Not Judge Cole's statement, not Elmore's account of retrieving the keys, not Javon Williams, not Trace Eston Shepard. This is a documented, time-stamped movement of the boat that, as of this reporting, has no public explanation attached to it at all. There are, of course, entirely innocent explanations available. Boats sometimes need fuel, equipment gets forgotten and has to be retrieved. A bilge pump issue, if genuinely serious, might have required a short trip to check on repairs or to move the vessel somewhere it could be more easily worked on before being trailered home for the night.
I don't know about boats. I'm going by what this guy's saying, because he dropped a whole little couple part stories about this, and we're gonna review all of them. He do got a point. I'm telling you, I said the same thing, bro. If the boat was more serious, bro, they would have panicked way different. The way we hear that audio on that panic, we're gonna get to that later on. When we hear that audio, bro, that panic sound like they effed up. They know they effed up. They trying to figure it out. That shit don't sound like, oh my God, hurry up. We're sinking on a boat over here. We don't got no life jackets. Hurry up. Oh my God. No, you don't hear none of that shit. You hear Warren. You hear F to get up. Yo, get up. You hear all types of weird shit in the back. Like somebody passed out in a boat or something. That's exactly what happened. Or y'all choked them out. Fight. Something going on here. There's no reason y'all was busting all them moves like that with that weak ass mechanical problem. Nah, like I said earlier on the live, y'all. Who the hell leaves an island at 4:30 in the afternoon talking about I'm about to go home and go take a nap? Yeah, we went to my boy's house after that and we took a nap. This is what Warren said. Who the hell leaves at 4:30, bro? Party just getting started. Something happened. Let's continue, though.
Fort Bayou, or to move the vessel somewhere it could be more easily attached to it at all. There are, of course, entirely innocent explanations available. Boats sometimes need fuel, equipment gets forgotten and has to be retrieved. A bilge pump issue, if genuinely serious.
Oh, hell no. Come on, gang. Why we gotta go through this every night? 183 likes. We got 500 something people. Come on, we should have at least 200 something likes in the building. Come on, we've been here about almost 30 minutes. Let's get them likes up to 200. Come on, gang, man. Come on, man. Y'all know how I do over here. We do this every night. Likes, likes don't match the count. I mean, I gotta remind everybody. Come on, smash the like button. Come on. That junk is free. For people that just joined it, smash the like button. Do me that favor. Don't be one of those looking at the video like this on your phone. I don't want to hit the like. I don't like the way he look. No, no, no. Well, get your ass out of here. What the hell you stalking us for? Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Stop looking at the screen like this. And you don't want to hit the like button. You like, nigga, hit the like button, man. Like, oh shit, yeah. I'm talking about the new people that just joined. You know, they hear the story, they just look at the video, forget to hit the like. They be like smash the like button, man. Smash the damn like button, man. Let's continue though, man. Let's get them likes up to 250, man. They be looking at the video like this. Oh shit, yeah. Oh shit, you can't make that. That's why I love y'all, man. I'm telling them new people, they jump in, they hit the like button, hit the sub. Stop watching. You over there stalking us and shit. Hit the like button, man. Let's continue though, gang. I'm just messing with y'all.
Serious that, as of this reporting, has no public explanation attached to it at all. There are, of course, entirely innocent explanations available. Boats sometimes need fuel, equipment gets forgotten and has to be retrieved. A bilge pump issue, if genuinely serious, might have required a short trip to check on repairs or to move the vessel somewhere it could be more easily worked on before being trailered home for the night. Fort Bayou itself is a real, navigable waterway in the area, not some remote or unusual destination, so a short trip there isn't inherently suspicious on its face. But innocent explanations aren't the same as confirmed ones. And in a case already defined by unexplained gaps, a missing phone, deleted messages, a 13-hour delay before a formal search began, a fresh, unaddressed gap in the boat's own movements is exactly the kind of detail that deserves a direct, on-the-record explanation from whoever was actually aboard during those trips. Was it the boat's owner alone? Was anyone else present? Did it have anything to do with Nolan at all? Or was it a completely separate errand that simply happened to occur on the same evening he was still missing? Right now, nobody outside a small circle of people actually knows, and the public record doesn't offer an answer. The Marine Resources Report identifies specific people connected to the investigation at this early stage. It states that the boat's owner, his mother, and one other individual reportedly with Nolan on the day of the incident have all cooperated with the investigation. This is worth noting carefully. It's the first official document, rather than a secondhand claim from an attorney or a leaked private message, to directly confirm that an adult, specifically the boat's owner, is connected to this case in some formal capacity. That lines up, at least partially, with Elmore's earlier public claim.
There's definitely an adult involved in this. It's the person that owned the boat. If something happened on the boat, obviously the person that owned the boat got to know something. That boat came to your private dock. But when you got connections, your family got connections and all this, it's gonna be hard to try to prove that shit. That's meaning the boys, because they got connections in the court. But it's definitely the grandpa got to know something allegedly, or you got to something, bro. Because like, how the hell you left the island, but you still busting mad moves? So you wasn't really rushing to go back to the land. 911 call get caught in between what's going on, whatever. Y'all so-called sync. I told y'all they used that 911 call for a throw-off, for an alibi. There wasn't no boat sinking. There wasn't none of that shit going on. I really don't think so. I think they used that shit as an alibi. They panicked. They didn't know what to do. They said, all right, we're going to get this boat up out of there. Somehow we're going to get it. I don't know what they was thinking. But for them to call 911, if Nolan body on the boat, and then they changed it, they say, nah, we good. They call their boy up with the private boat. That tells you something. It got to tell us something. Because you got to understand, they young adults, bro. They might have hung up with the dispatcher, called somebody else. Somebody told them, man, y'all better call them back. I'm going to call them back. Grandpa called them, told them to cancel that trip because he know his boys messed up by calling the public toll, the toll people. So Grandpa called them right away, cancel that shit, and somebody else came and got them. And then they kept moving around. Bart, that's what I was thinking. Bart told them. And then somebody else came moving around. It was 3 boats, bro. They figured that shit out. They figured it out. Let's continue, though.
A claim we previously was present on the boat that day, a claim we previously noted hadn't been independently confirmed. This report doesn't fully confirm Elmore's specific account either, but it does establish that an adult's involvement is now part of the official record, not just a family member's assertion. The mention of the boat owner's mother cooperating is also worth sitting with. It suggests the investigation, even in this early marine resources phase, was already reaching beyond just the young people directly involved that day into the surrounding adult family members connected to the boat itself. That's a broader circle of cooperation than most public accounts of this case have described up to this point, and it raises its own natural question. What did the boat owner's mother know or need to explain that made her part of this early cooperation as well? Up to this point, almost everything driving this case has been testimonial. Somebody said this, somebody else said that, a witness recalled hearing an argument, a family member remembers a conversation a certain way. GPS data is different in kind, not just in degree. It doesn't rely on anyone's memory, anyone's honesty, or anyone's willingness to come forward. It's a mechanical record, generated automatically, independent of what anyone later chooses to say about that day. That doesn't make it perfect evidence. GPS data tells you where a vessel was, not who was on it, what was happening on board, or why any particular trip occurred.
Exactly. And that's what I try to explain so many times. Okay, we got the GPS tracking. We understand where they was moving and all this and that and the third, but that shit don't tell us what was going on the boat. That don't show us how many people was actually on the boat. Oh, we're gonna get to the audio too. We're gonna get the one that's not edited. That don't tell us how many people was on the boat. They don't tell us shit. All we know, we hear these little niggas panicking on the phone. That's all we hear them. Yeah, we need a boat over here right away. Yeah, it's sinking. Yo, worrying. We hear people in the background bugging out. They panicking. But see, I don't see them panicking like that when you got two other boats. If the boat sink, okay, nigga, get another one. Y'all got money, nigga. Y'all come from a rich family. Y'all be all right, nigga. Grandpa buy you another boat, nigga. Y'all be okay. Or grandpa buy another boat. Y'all was panicking because something happened, bro. A lot of people want to say that Nolan Wells might have took a bad one. He might have took a pill and probably OD allegedly, but I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. Let's continue. But definitely, Grandpa, allegedly, that's your boat, man. And you the one that called them and canceled the toll, meaning Grandpa. Let's continue.
This data tells you where a vessel was, not who was on it, what was happening on board, or why any particular trip occurred. But it does something crucial that testimony alone can't. It gives investigators, and now the public, a fixed, objective skeleton, a real timeline that every witness account can now be measured against. If somebody's story doesn't match what the GPS data shows, that's no longer a matter of one person's word against another's. It's a documented fact sitting there that any account either fits or doesn't. This is actually how a lot of complex investigations eventually get resolved, not through a single dramatic confession or a single decisive piece of evidence, but through the slow, careful process of cross-referencing testimony against hard data, one detail at a time. Every witness account in this case can now be checked against this timeline. Does what Javon Williams described line up with when the boat actually departed? Does the account of the Keys episode fit within the window after the boat returned to its dock at 4:31? Does anyone's story explain or even acknowledge that second trip to Fort Bayou? Those questions weren't answerable before this data existed. Now they are, at least in principle. And that changes the nature of the investigation itself from one built entirely on competing memories to one that finally has an objective reference point everything else has to account for. It's important to be honest about the limits of this information too. The GPS data confirms movement. It doesn't confirm intent, conversation, or condition. We don't know, from this data alone, who was actually on the boat during that mysterious second trip to Fort Bayou. We don't know why it happened. We don't know whether it has anything at all to do with Nolan, or whether it's a completely unrelated errand that simply happened to occur that same evening. We also don't know, from this report alone, whether investigators have...
That shit don't tell us nothing. He right. Well, we're gonna continue. He right. It don't tell us nothing, man. But the thing is, I don't understand how the sheriff said there's no investigation going on. You hear everybody that's connected to the boat. They connected to Nolan. They connected to, oh, I seen Nolan at this time. Oh, I seen Nolan with Wire when he first pulled up. Oh, last time I seen Nolan was 3 p.m. Oh, last time I seen Nolan, he was holding with Katie. All that's investigation. So what the hell really happened to Nolan? Then you got the GPS. Now we got to understand what's going on with the GPS. Why do y'all stop over there? Why y'all take a few minutes to do over this over there? Why y'all, like, why? And you know what's crazy? Tatum ain't really never asked him that question either. What was the reason why they stopped for 15 minutes? Whatever, such and such, all this shit. Tatum never asked him that question. Warren never asked it. He never answered that shit. So there were certain questions that absolutely could have been asked to Warren, which he could have answered, but there wasn't the questions that Tatum gave him. So we gotta respect his call. But if I was the guy on that chair, I would have asked him, yeah, why the hell you stopped over here? What's going on? Which I took a doo-doo break, nigga? Which I had to use the bathroom or something, nigga? We take a pee-pee break? What's going on? Shit, that shit only take about 20 minutes. I mean, that only takes about a few minutes. We taking a little pee-pee, nigga. I would have peed off the boat. So what you stopping over there for, nigga? What you had to take a number two? What's going on? Nah, y'all was stopping there because y'all was panicking trying to figure shit out. That's what the hell was going on. Nigga stopped there that long. What the hell y'all had to use? The number two, nigga? You had to take a little poo-poo or some shit like that? Get the hell out of here, man. Why Nolan on a boat, huh? Y'all just chilling. Man, listen, nah. Let's continue, though, gang.
Simply haven't shared that explanation, solved this question privately, and simply haven't shared that explanation publicly yet. The Marine Resources Report notably ends on July 5th at the point where Jackson County Sheriff's Office formally took over as lead investigative agency. Whatever happened after that handoff, in terms of follow-up questions about this specific trip, isn't captured in the document CBS News obtained. There's also a broader limitation worth naming. GPS tracking on a recreational vessel typically records the boat's location, not the identities of everyone aboard at any given moment. Unless someone specifically documented who was on the boat during each of these individual trips, the data alone can't tell us whether the same people were present for the entire day or whether passengers came and went between different legs of the boat's journey. That's a meaningful gap, and it means the GPS data, valuable as it is, still needs to be paired with actual witness testimony to become a complete picture, rather than replacing that testimony entirely. Now, to the second major thread this week. For the first time since Nolan's body was recovered, Christine and Elmore sat down directly with Jackson County District Attorney Angel Myers-McElrath and members of her team. Ben Crump, alongside attorneys Lisa Park, Eric Hers, Justin Preston, and Cliff Jones, described the meeting as respectful. The central piece of news to come out of it was this. McElrath told the family that once the Sheriff's Department finishes its investigation, this case will be turned over to a grand jury. It's worth being precise about what that means. A grand jury referral is standard procedure in Jackson County for unnatural or suspicious deaths. It isn't by itself confirmation that criminal charges are coming. McElrath has said as much herself, telling NBC News directly that authorities haven't indicated this is being treated as a criminal investigation at this stage. We don't want to rush to judgment or speculate, she said, while also stressing that the case is a priority for her office. Crump described the meeting itself as candid on both sides. He said he stressed to McElrath strenuously that he wants both her office and the Sheriff's Department to investigate this matter zealously. He also said Christine and Elmore shared their own lived experience directly with the DA, specifically around how, in their view, people in the South are sometimes investigated differently depending on who they are. He was careful to frame this as an attempt at mutual understanding, something both sides agreed to keep working toward, rather than a demand that the DA simply accept their perspective wholesale. Alongside the official process, the family has built out a substantial independent investigation of their own. Attorney Eric Hers is leading that effort, working with a team that includes former law enforcement and federal agents. Hers said the calls have been pouring in somewhere between 50 and 100 a day from people who were on Horn Island themselves or who know people who were there. He made a point worth remembering. Some of the people calling his team, he said, are not talking to local law enforcement at all. His team's goal is to get those callers to cooperate with investigators directly, rather than simply funneling information to the family side alone. The broader aim, he said, is correcting whatever false narrative has taken hold. This dual-track approach, an official sheriff's investigation running alongside a well-resourced private one, is unusual, though not unprecedented in high-profile cases represented by attorneys with Crump's reach and history. The value of it, in theory, is redundancy. If a witness is uncomfortable speaking directly to local law enforcement, for whatever reason, having a separate credentialed channel available increases the odds that information actually gets captured somewhere, rather than being lost entirely. The risk, as Crump himself has acknowledged, is that two separate investigative tracks can end up with two separate, occasionally conflicting sets of information, requiring careful reconciliation before any of it becomes useful in a courtroom or in front of a grand jury. One of the most concrete outcomes of the DA meeting involves Nolan's phone specifically. Both sides agreed to a mutual inspection. The family's own experts and the DA's team will examine the device together at the same time, so that everyone sees exactly what's actually on it simultaneously, rather than through separate, potentially conflicting examinations. Hers is helping lead that download process, working alongside former law enforcement experts brought in specifically for this task. This directly addresses a concern flagged earlier in this case, that the phone hadn't yet formally reached investigators, with the family's team conducting its own separate look at it first. A joint, simultaneous inspection closes that gap. It's worth explaining why this particular arrangement matters so much. Practically speaking, in cases where a piece of digital evidence has already been examined separately by two different parties before either side agrees on shared access, disputes tend to follow almost automatically over chain of custody, over whether anything was altered during the earlier examination, over which side's forensic findings should actually be trusted. A joint, simultaneous inspection sidesteps nearly all of that. Both sides see the exact same data, extracted the exact same way, at the exact same time, with no opportunity for either party to later claim the other's process was compromised or incomplete. For a case that has already generated this much dispute over a single piece of evidence, that kind of procedural clarity is genuinely valuable, regardless of what the phone's contents ultimately turn out to reveal. This moment from the press conference deserves real attention. A reporter asked Crump directly about his earlier statement that Nolan could be heard on the viral video saying, "Give me my freaking phone. What are you freaking doing?" His answer this time was noticeably more careful. He said that's what a witness told his team, and that's what they reported publicly at the time. Since then, another witness has come forward saying that was not Nolan's voice. Crump said his team now has audio experts working to determine definitively whose voice is actually on the recording. As of this press conference, that remains unresolved. He said going forward, his team will be more careful to specify that a claim comes from what a witness told them rather than presenting it as confirmed. That lines has separately and publicly said that the voice on the recording is actually his own. This walkback deserves real attention, given how central that claim was to the emotional weight of this case for several weeks straight. It was repeated at press conferences, cited by commentators, and treated by a large portion of the public as effectively settled. Hearing Crump himself now describe it as unresolved, contradicted by a named witness, doesn't mean nothing happened on that video. But it does mean the specific claim that anchored so much public suspicion may not hold up the way it was originally presented, and that's a correction worth carrying forward into how the rest of this case gets discussed. Attorney Eric Hers raised something procedural but significant. Under Mississippi law, he said, crime victims are entitled to receive an incident report within 72 hours. That window had already passed by the time of this meeting, and the family still hadn't received it.
Are you telling me nothing wrong with that? In the state of Mississippi law, the family should receive some type of information going by 72 hours. And you got Mr. Sheriff over here talking about, yeah, everything is good. You know, you can trust the process over here. The DA, yeah, trust the process over here. And that's good. We're going to do everything possibly doing. Y'all just got to trust us and this, that. Y'all breaking the law already. Y'all didn't get in contact with that family knowing I don't know when until Mama Love contact y'all. She said if she ain't contact y'all, y'all probably want to call her until 2 weeks. I can see that. I can clearly see that. If that lady didn't catch up on what's going on with the case, y'all wouldn't contact that woman no time soon. Y'all probably would have called her in August 2nd. Yeah, we got an update on your son over here now. I can clearly see that shit. So all that trust the process and all this, y'all already break the law. Y'all already broke the law to state of Mississippi. Y'all supposed to go back and get the family information about 72 hours. And y'all ain't do that. She had to contact y'all a few days later. Make it make sense.
Part said crime victims are entitled to trust. Under Mississippi law, raised something case gets discussed. Attorney Eric Hers raised something procedural but significant. Under Mississippi law, he said crime victims are entitled to receive an incident report within 72 hours. That window.
They didn't give him no innocent, no report on what happened, no report like what could have happened, no report of nothing. That's how we know something happened. Because y'all wanted to protect something, and y'all knew y'all wasn't trying to report that incident right away. So y'all kept the incident on the hush hush over 72 hours because we know and everybody else know something actually happened. If it was the other way around, that family would have been got that incident report, got a type of update, everything. We know something happened.
Window raised something procedural but significant. Under Mississippi law, he said, crime victims are entitled to receive an incident report within 72 hours. That window had already passed by the time of this meeting, and the family still hadn't received it. Part of the purpose of sitting down with the DA was to start actually obtaining that report, along with other basic information the family should already have had. When asked directly whether they'd received it by the end of the meeting, the answer was simply, not yet. Christine addressed the actual state of communication between her family and law enforcement, and it wasn't encouraging. She said the DA's office has decided to take over primary communication with the family going forward.
Yo, shut out the real reality, yo. Not even a knock at the door, bro. At least show some sympathy. Detectives go over there, knock on the door later on, like, yo, our condolences, we're gonna figure this out. They didn't even do that shit. They didn't even pretend. You know what I mean? Some people pretend, yeah, let's just go over there and show some condolence. Just act like, no, man, everything is okay. They didn't even act like everything was okay. They didn't even take a chance to go knock on the door, probably. Mama Love says she had to contact them a couple days later. So that tells you they didn't even come to her house. Shout out to real reality for that, man. That shit is crazy, yo. Not even a knock at the door, for real, bro. That shit is sad. That shit get you mad, man.
Forward in of communication between her family and law enforcement, and it wasn't encouraging. She said the DA's office has decided to take over primary communication with the family going forward, in part because they have a dedicated victim advocate on staff. She appreciated the DA taking responsibility for that shift, but she was honest about how things had been. The last time anyone from the sheriff's department had actually communicated with her, she said, was the previous Tuesday. And even that was only a text message she herself had sent, simply asking for an update. More than a week into an active investigation into her own son's death, that was the extent of direct contact from the lead investigating agency. Think about
Shit, yeah. Yo, somebody want to answer this guy a question right here? Because I'm like tired of these people sometimes that don't be having no common sense. Nobody said they did it purposely. Something happened by accident, probably. They panic. They don't know what to do. They need an alibi right away. They on a boat. They got a GPS. They trying to figure it out. When the boat come and tow the boat, they not jumping on the boat trying to figure out where everybody at. The boat just coming to grab the boat and go. He acting like the boat, a police or something, like Sea Tow gonna come in like, yeah, how many guys is there? They got any drugs in here? They got any guns in here? Not doing any drugs in here? I got alcohol. They not coming there for that. They just coming to grab the boat and they leaving. Just to let you know that, right? That you know they don't come and look at the boat and all this and look around on the boat. They don't do that. They just come put the hook, boop, they jump back on their boat and they ready to go. You could easily hide something. What you talking about? There's about 7, 8 people. 7, 8 people could surround that body that's laying on the ground with a cover, throw something over it. It's easy, bro. What you talking about? That shit is easy if you think about it. The toll people's not coming there to look at the bodies and look how many people's on the boat. They needed an alibi. That's what they call them. I don't believe their boat was sinking. They had 2 other boats, champ. Just to let you know, Mr. Cool. I'm just giving you, you know what I mean? He said, sir, they already, there you go. Hold up. Sir, they already had an alibi. The alibi was Nolan stayed on the island with the girl. With that is true or not, that is the alibi. That's the after alibi. Oh, yeah, I could debut all day. That's the aftermath alibi. When they found out he was missing. That's when it came up with he was on an island by himself. Everybody thinking Nolan was on a boat already unalive. Now you get it? Are you gonna rebuttal too? Oh, come on, let's continue. That was the aftermath. You know, when it came, knock on the door, look for the phone, that's their alibi afterwards. And somebody gave them that alibi to say also. That wasn't just the kid's alibi. Somebody else helped them, adults. We don't even know if Nolan got unalive on an island or not. A lot of people think he got unalive on a boat. Have you been hearing the interviews? You got little Trey saying that 10 minutes before he had a fight, he just seen Nolan. 10 minutes after he got into a fight. But the kids left at 4:30. Warren said he seen Nolan at 3, but you left at 4:30. The whole listen, bro. You watch my videos. But shout out for you for the comment. You ain't saying nothing disrespectful.
About what that gap update, that gap extent of direct contact from the lead investigating agency. Think about what that gap actually implies about this family's experience of the entire process. In a case that has drawn national civil rights figures, sitting members of Congress, celebrity funding, and sustained media coverage, the actual line of communication between the grieving parents and the agency responsible for finding out what happened to their son had, by Christine's own account, essentially gone quiet, aside from a single unanswered feeling text. Whatever the reasons behind that gap, it's easy to understand why the family felt the need to build their own separate channel of information gathering entirely apart from waiting on updates that weren't reliably coming through official channels. Crump used part of this press conference to directly address the volume of misinformation surrounding this case. Asked about a viral pool party photo his team had shared online, he said reposting isn't the same as authenticating. His team labels reposts as reposts and shares content specifically to generate tips, not to assert facts. He acknowledged the sheriff's department is fielding hundreds of calls of its own and said his hope is that when this case reaches a grand jury, every relevant witness and piece of evidence gets presented fairly. He also spoke with real visible frustration. Close.
Man, enough of that. Let's get to this auto call. Let's get to this 911 call. Because everybody, this is like the nail. This is like the nail in the coffin, actually. The 911 call. Then you got the interviews. You put that together. It doesn't make no sense. You hear people yelling in the back. Let's get to the 911 call, though. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video, man.
We're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can you all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir?
And stopped working. We're sinking. Can you all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
And this is the extended one. This is the one they talk to his grandpa and all this. So you're going to hear the extended version.
Hey,
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
it's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right, well, let's get going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir?
I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkerson. I think it's Jerry Atkerson. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't
All
have
right,
the tag
unless
on
you
here.
have
It
a
got ripped
membership
off.
number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
All right, and is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How
on
many?
board.
All right, do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need. Yeah, everybody's
How
on
many?
board.
All right, do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right, do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look.
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right, do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
He said check his chest. I'm about to play it down and slow it down for y'all. He said, and I could have sworn I heard Wyatt check his chest, not Warren, because Warren was mentioned and Wyatt was mentioned also. I heard Wyatt in this part, and I heard somebody say check his chest. Peep this out.
All right. Board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How
on
many?
board.
All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
Guard? Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. Do you have your current GPS card?
No, we do not need that.
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that. 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 No, we do not need that.
Y'all know y'all done effed up, right? Y'all know y'all done effed up, right? But y'all both sinking. Y'all talking about check his chest. Y'all know y'all done effed up, right? I'm over here DJing with that shit. Check his chest. Check his chest. Check his chest. No, we don't. Check his chest. Check his chest. We could clearly hear that shit. And we heard Wyatt. We heard Wyatt check his chest. He said, I definitely heard Wyatt check his chest. This is crazy, Katrina. That's a fact. This shit is spooky, man. I heard Wyatt check his chest. Check his chest. Rest in peace to that young man, man. Let's go back and hear this shit again.
All right. Board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How
on
many?
board.
All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that. No, we do not need that. No, we do not need that. No, we do not need that.
Do you have your current GPS card?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right. Do you need? All right.
No, we do not need that.
Guard?
No, we do not need that. No, we do not need that.
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
Damn, yo. Yo, y'all heard that shit, bro. I could bring it back all night. You clearly hear somebody say, Wyatt, check his chest. You hear Wyatt, then it paused because the lady said, you need a Coast Guard. He said, no. Then you hear, check his chest, check his chest, check his chest, check his chest, check his chest. Yo, let's get them likes up, man. We got 800 some people in the building, man. Let's get them likes up to 400, please, man. Because I'm up here putting this work in for y'all, too. You clearly heard that, man. He said, what? Drugged up? Oh, yeah, they drugged up, yo. You said drugged up, smoke. Yeah, they had to been high, drunk. You gotta remember, they've been drinking all day. And Lord knows what type of drugs them kids been doing, them college kids. Damn, yo. Oh, man. You clearly hear that shit, bro. Check his chest. The first one you hear him in the beginning of this video, you hear him say, yo, get the F up. You hear him say, get the F up. This is the extended version that everybody was telling me to get to. And I'm able like, yo, man, get the extended version. So I got it, whatever. And you know, I've been heard it, but I was like, yo, you can't make this shit up. You could clearly hear he said, why you check your chest. He said drugs definitely involved. I think so too, bro. Absolutely. Smash that like button. Let's get 10 more likes, man. Hold up, gang. Let me grab a drink. Hold up. This is crazy, yo. Let's go back one more time, gang, before we continue with that audio.
All right. All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
Do you have your current GPS coordinates?
No, we do not need that.
All
No, we do not need that.
all right.
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right. All right.
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right. Do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look.
All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right. Do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look.
If not, I can send you a text message.
North. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm available.
North 30 degrees. But 4672.
All right. 4672. All right. And you were breaking up a little bit. Can you just repeat it one more time to make sure I have it correct?
Sorry, look.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what?
So you're breaking up. If you need assistance, do you...
Sorry, look.
Can you just repeat it one more time to make sure I have it correct?
Sorry, look. What? Sorry, look. What? Sorry, look.
Hello, can you hear me?
Sorry, look.
What the hell he said right there? He said, what the hell they said? You hear somebody in the background say, hey, something. Hey, Matt. That's what it sounds like, Matt. Who the hell was Matt? Is Matt on the phone? This shit crazy. I'm telling you, bro. This might not even be Warren on the phone. Warren and what? Let me go back one more time. Somebody said they heard in the background say, yo, Matt. The person on the phone said, what? Peep this out.
Hello, can you hear me? All right. Can you just repeat it one more time to make sure I have it correct?
Sorry, look. Sorry, look.
Hello, can you...
Sorry, look.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Sorry, look.
Hello, can you hear me?
What the? He said, Warren on the phone, you don't want to place the call. But you clearly hear somebody say, yo, Matt in the back, right? So we got to unlock character. Hold up. We got to unlock character involved now. Hold up. Come to the panel. We got a dude named Matt. Matt, who the hell is Matt? AKA Matthew. I'm assuming his name is Matthew probably. Who's Matthew? Who's Matt? And he sounds scary. That's the fact, Misha. Shout out to Meech. Shout out to pardon me. Shout out to Meech 4 Mills, man. He sounds scary as hell, and if he sound panicky and he sound highed up. Not for nothing. They've been drinking all day. Lord knows what else they've been taking. He sound panicky and high. He's like, oh, like he's stuttering. He don't know what to do. Heart running on 100. Let me tell y'all something. That's not a boat sinking. They got 2 other boats. They came 3 boats deep. They board Bart, Matt, whatever. Bart got another boat. They sound like that because they know they did something wrong, bro. Or they know they're trying to cover something up that they accidentally did something wrong to that boy. I'm telling y'all some shit, bro. I'm telling y'all, Misha, no. When you sound like that, you in panic mode. I don't know if they did it on purpose or accidentally, but they sound like they absolutely up to no good and they did something wrong, bro. That don't sound like, yo, nah, man, our boat is sinking, but we got 2 other boats. I won't be panicking if I got 2 other boats. Nigga, we 8 deep on this boat. 4 go over there, nigga, and 4 go on this boat, nigga, and we gonna make it back home. Until the other boat come get our other boat. That's it. This don't sound like that. This don't sound like that. And they boat wasn't even goddamn sinking. That's a lie. Remember in the beginning, they ain't mentioned nothing about no boats, man. Listen, bro. Nah. Mm-mm. And I don't want to care about how many people's on a boat it could sink. Nah. They smart enough. They know better. Warren said they've been doing that shit their whole life. Little Trey, the one that did the last interview, they've been doing boating their whole life. So water and boat, they raised around that shit. They know the capacity of people that could be on the boat, all that. They know all that shit. So I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that. That sound like some college kids panicking, some friends panicking. They panicking, bro. They is panicking. You know you done effed up, right? Y'all know y'all done effed up, right? Y'all know y'all done effed up, right? Rest in peace to my boy. I miss you, champ. That boy used to say that shit all the time. That's why I always say, keeping my boy in memory, man. Y'all know y'all done messed up, right? Hey, shit. Let's continue, though. You know y'all done messed up, right? Like my boy always used to say, you know you done messed up, right? One of my day ones used to always say that. Rest in peace to my boy, man. Let's go, though. Let's continue.
Sorry, look.
Hello, can you hear?
Sorry, look.
What do he say on the phone, though? Anybody understand what he say on the phone? Sorry, what? Appreciate that, Ruth. Shout out to Ruth, man. Appreciate that, Ruth. Ruth T, appreciate that. Much love. Appreciate that, ma. Yo, what the hell this nigga said on the phone? But I ain't gonna be jumping everybody content. He talking about come on, man, respectfully, nah, man. Like somebody telling me to jump on another content. He say something on that part, but let's continue though. That's a goddamn shame, bro. Hey, yo, Ty, I'm over here talking to myself. I said you a Cowboys fan, Ty? Yeah, I see I got a Cowboys fan. He always in my chat, though. Shout out to Ty, man. Shout out to Ty Cowboys. I'm an Eagles fan. You know what I mean? You're going to be going at it. Yeah, yeah. Anybody that's a Cowboys fan, I'm an Eagles fan. We're going to be going at it when that shit pop off. Let's continue, though. Pardon me, man. Shout out to Ty Cowboys. She said, yup, I knew it. That's why I was trying to put the name together. I'm looking at Cowboys. I'm looking at Ty. I said, hold up. She a whole Cowboys fan in the building, man. Shout out to Ty, man. Let's continue, though, gang.
What
Hello,
do I
can
need
you
to
hear?
Sorry, look. What
Hello,
do I
can
need
you
to
hear
send
me?
Yeah, what?
So you're breaking up. If you need assistance, do you have a VHF radio?
No, we do not have the VHF radio.
All right. Well, let's try to get you going because you don't have good cell phone reception. Can you verify your coordinates one more time?
Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79.
Right. Looks like you're on Horn Island, correct? Are you
Yes,
on
we are
Horn
at Horn
Island?
Island. Yes.
All right. Is the boat sinking or you have it aground?
We were sinking, yes.
Is it?
You heard that? We were sinking. Pardon me. I be getting hiccups and shit. But for people saying that, yo, why would they call the toll company if they got an unalive body on there? They need an alibi, bro. I don't know why either. But you could clearly hear in the audio that somebody's in the back unalive on a boat. They canceled that trip and they called a private company after that because they knew they effed up by calling them. So they had to call their boy, the private company, and they had to get up out of there. And they went to a private dock after that. That tells you everything right there. Let's continue.
Is it aground? Is the question?
No, we're not aground. We are in
Okay.
17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right. Have to ask. What do you want to do? Do you have to ask?
17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right. Is it aground? Is the question?
17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right.
No, we're not in water.
All right.
17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right.
Water.
All right.
Water.
All right. Have to ask. Have to ask.
Water.
All right.
17 foot of water.
Have to ask. What do you want to do? Do you want to?
No, we're not aground. 17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right.
The hell somebody said right there. I was trying to catch that. Yeah, that was a noise. Pretty right. You heard that shit, pretty VA, right? That was a whole noise. That's why I kept replaying like, yo, what the hell's that noise? Sound like somebody like, I don't know. That shit sound crazy. Let me hold on. Let me go back to that, bro.
Have to ask.
17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right.
17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right.
Water.
All right.
Water.
All right.
Water.
All right. Have.
Somebody saying something about their leg. I heard leg in that shit. I might be, man, listen, I can hear that shit. People probably like, nah, Smoke, you bugging out. I heard leg in that shit, man.
Have to ask. Where do you? And what is it? Aground is the question.
No, we're not aground. We are in
Okay.
17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right.
Water.
All right. Have to ask. Where?
Water.
All right. Have to ask. Have to ask. Where do you? Have to ask. Where do you? Have to ask. Where do you? And what do you want to do? Do you want to be towed back?
I want to get this boat unsank and towed back, yes.
All right. Where would you like it towed to, sir?
You can tow it to Ocean Springs Harbor, or Fort Bayou Lawn.
All right. How many adults and children?
Somebody's actually telling him what to say. Somebody's telling him what to say. You can clearly hear that because he about to say one thing, then somebody correct him and say another thing. They drunk, yo. They drunk. They high. You can clear. They out they mind. They hammered. They done up, bro.
And children on board.
No, there's no children.
So, is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question. Hello, can you hear me?
Try to jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yep, I just need you to answer these questions so I can get.
You know what's crazy, yo? Some people gonna say, yo, they got an unalive body, but they telling somebody to jump in the water. Number one, let me tell everybody that don't think out the box. While you made a mistake and you trying to cover something up allegedly, you're gonna try to play it off on the phone. We don't know if Bart really jumped in the water to go check it out. He just could have said that because they need an alibi. Remember, there's no cameras out there looking at them. There's only a GPS tractor. I just played a clip that was a six video clip. The GPS trackers don't show us nothing but where the timeline where that boat was moving. They don't show us Bart jumping in the water, really going to go grab an anchor. They don't show us nothing that they telling us. Bart could be round a boat just chilling like, yo, tell them this, I'm jumping in the water. You don't know what's going on. We could clearly know that somebody's saying go check his chest. There's a body that's laying on that boat. You could clearly hear that shit on audio, bro. Or somebody hurt on the boat. Let's not say it's a body. Let's say somebody's hurt. Shit is crazy, man. He said pool of blood, he said. You know it's Matthew.
Get you over to the captain, sir.
Try to jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
He said jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you going. That's what he said.
Is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Try to jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yep, I just need you to answer these questions so I can get you over to the captain.
Okay.
How many
what's
adults
going
on board?
So, there are 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody
right.
here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
Hello?
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
Why she asked that question when she hit? That shit weird. Let's continue.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life?
7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have...
Somebody was counting. He had the hiccups. He was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But whoever said that said 7.
Everyone have life jackets,
7.
sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
All right. Verify what boat's sinking.
A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
That's a fact, Jay Gub. You know what's crazy? That lady hear all that shit in the background, bro. That's why I think she said that, yo, is anybody on breathe, live on what she said, Jay Good, living, breathing, whatever. I think she heard that shit in the beginning about checking the chest and all that. Because let me tell you about the dispatchers. They can hear all that shit in the back, bro. And they're not gonna tell us. They're gonna tell the whoever gonna approach them and let them know. And who you think approached that lady? Probably Ocean Springs, and told her she better close her goddamn mouth and not say nothing. A lady that took this call. We need some answers. We got to understand what the hell what you heard on your behalf, because you got a clearer version than what we do. Hey, 911 dispatcher, we got Miss Catherine, whatever your name is. Yeah, I hear you smoke. We need to interview, baby. We need to interview, because I think you heard exactly what we heard, and I think you heard it clearer. I got you, smoke. No doubt, baby. Ocean Spring dispatcher. Holla at Smoke News TV, man, for real. That's a fact. Shout out to Jay Good, because I think she heard all that shit too, champ. Yeah, somebody call Vicky from Seed Tour, man. Get her on the line. Yo, Vicky from Seed on tour, man. Yo, baby, come holler at me. Need that interview. What you heard behind it? I don't know. I can tell you what I heard. I heard a little bit of something about chest smoke. Yeah, that's all I need to know, baby. Just let me know what's going on over there, man, because you can hear everything, Vicky. She might testify. Vicky might testify. They call her Vicky in the chat. She might testify. Shout out to Vicky on the dispatch, because she heard all that shit, boy. She's black. If Ben contacted her, I hope she is. I'm telling you, man. Let's continue though. Hold on, smash that like button, man. Let's get 500 likes up in here, man. If you want to support the channel, man, grab your membership. Team Smoke Cash App is in the banner. Also, super chat. Let's continue though. Share the video also and hype your boy up.
All right. All right. Please hold. I'm transferring you to the local captain now.
Okay, thank you. This is Captain Seth.
Hi, Captain Seth. This is...
Hold up. Shout out to Von. She said Katie had a fiance. I told people, man, whoever that girl that Nolan was, whoever that girl that Nolan was actually hollering at on Katie, I told people, for Warren has said that he looked at his boy and said, boy, you crazy. And then we had a little Trey interview and saying, yo, I had slick words towards Nolan, nothing disrespectful, but it was towards the girl he was with. That shit comes with a background. She either got an ex-boyfriend, fiance, something. And I think that guy and that individual was on that island, bro. And that's when that fight kicked out. Something happened, man. It's either that or one of the homies jumped him or one of the homies fought him. He got in a fight with somebody, bro. Yeah, send me something on IG, man. Anybody on here, man, follow me on IG, Smoke News TV. Also, I'm on TikTok, also, Smoke News TV. You can DM me. You can send me videos. Send me, know what I mean? Y'all all down with us over here. Y'all subscribe to the channel. So, definitely IG and TikTok is Smoke News TV. You can holler at me over there. Follow me over there also. And follow me on Kick. We live on Kick also. For anybody that's on Kick, follow me over there. As we speak, we live. So, let's continue, though.
This is Vicky from International. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, good. I apologize ahead of time. I really do. You're going to have a fee-for-service come up under Jerry.
Okay.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island. He's letting me know that his father's a member, but he can't give me any information. And he's saying the boat is sinking, and he's on Horn Island. It's just unfortunate. He's just a kid. There's a lot going on. So
Right.
he said there's about a lot of people on board. He says he thinks about 7. I'm guessing they're all under 18.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to be rude. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in.
Do you know what kind of boat it is?
He said a Triton 24-footer, but that's all he can give me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat, and
Is it
he
Jerry?
said that Yeah, Jerry. Yeah, he said.
Okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but
You know why? Because they contact grandpa, or they contact mom, and mom contact grandpa, her dad. I don't know what's the I don't know if mom related. I don't know if that's mom, father, or the stepfather, father, whatever. And that's how everything got connected. They made a mistake. They panicked. Like somebody said in the comment, they did something. They made a mistake and they panicked, bro. And they contact their relatives to cover this up. Let me tell you something, y'all. Before we continue, let me tell you something. We all got close friends. We all got day ones. We all got brothers, sisters. We all got friends that's like brothers and sisters, like cousins, all that shit. And one thing I'm going to tell you, if it happened by accident and you ain't got nothing to do with that shit and you love that, and I don't even care if you know that individual only about 5 years. If you got a close bond with that individual to a point that you've been going to that person's house like Nolan, remember, Warren said he comes to my house most of the times. I never went to Mama Love house. I never went for the cookout, Sunday football. You know, they love sports down there. He never went for Sunday football, nothing in Nolan house. Nothing. Nothing. But Nolan always go to their house. So obviously Nolan liked the lifestyle over there. Nolan liked the friendship he had over there. And Nolan went over there and probably was like, this is something different from where I come from. We all been there before. Bigger houses, more rooms, pools in the house, pools in the backyard. You know, that shit is adventure. That shit is fun. And when you connect a friendship since the early teenagers, you keep that bond. But see, my thing is, how the hell, Warren, nobody shows no tears in an interview? The only way you're not going to be dropping no tears in that interview that Warren did, and I'm only going to talk about Warren, because obviously he went to the island with you and your other friends. The only way you're not going to drop a tear, show no sympathy, show no emotion in during that interview you did, and then to put the icing on the cake, you took Tatum, the guy that interviewed you, you took him to the island, the last place where allegedly Nolan had his feet on the ground. Last time he was breathing. And when we looked at that interview, bro, you ain't showing no sympathy. You had your shades on. You were just talking about the waves in a boat. That's no friend to me, bro. That's showing me that's guilt. That's guilt. That's guilt, or you covering up to save your ass and your friends. Pause. You know the time that you cry when you go to bed at night by yourself, or you with your girlfriend. That's who you cry to. That's who you cry to, or your mother, because obviously there's some adults involved in this. If they're not involved, they know what happened and they covered it up for their kids, allegedly. And everything I say on this video is alleged. It's my opinion. There's no way in the world you don't show no tears in these interviews, bro. How? Because something happened on y'all behalf. Something happened on y'all hands. Those are the only people that's not going to show tears, champ. Because they say guilt in their chest. And they're not going to show that type of tear. That shit don't come down naturally because you know what happened. Is either you was involved or you cover it up for somebody that you love more. There's no way in the world I'm not going to show no tears, bro. And this man been coming to my house every day for 5 years or every other week or every whatever, high school season, college. He coming to my house mad time and I don't drop a tears during the interview. Don't show no emotion. I'm just sniffing my nose and got my legs up with some goddamn sandals on, Warren. And he's just, yeah, you know, last time I seen him it was just 3 o'clock. Y'all didn't care about that boy, man. Y'all didn't care about that boy. That shit get me mad, bro. In front of the whole world, you ain't dropped not one tear, bro. Shout out to Carmel, man. Yup, $5 for the super chat. Appreciate that. Yup, they was drinking and drugging, accidentally OD. They got scared, covered it up, then lied. Now they are going to jail. That part. It's just the whole part. It's the whole part. Is they gonna go to jail? That's the only part, Carmel. Look what happened at Mississippi. Number one, number two, their families are connected. One of their moms are a judge. That's Warren. That's Warren. And his buddy, his best friend is Wyatt. I think he loved Wyatt more than he loved Nolan. I might be wrong, but I think so. There's no way in the world you don't share not one tear if you ain't got nothing to do with it. You don't know about it. You don't got a clue what happened, and you don't share not one tear. The only way you're not gonna share a tear if you know about it, you had something to do with it, you're covering it up, or you was involved with it, or you're covering it up for somebody else. And the only time you do share a tear when you're in a room by yourself. And I put that, if I'm lying, I'm flying. I know that for a guarantee. If you come from, I know that for a fact. Or he's scared. Either way, it's the same shit. Let's continue. This shit crazy, man.
But if something changes, as the owner of the boat, and
Is it
he
Jerry?
said that yeah, Jerry, yeah, he said,
Okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, he'll call me back. So
Oh, right.
I'm guessing that they may have figured it out, because that's what he said. So they're in a panic and their boat won't crank.
Yeah, they're in a panic. He's saying the
So-
bilge is not keeping up. I asked for Coast Guard. He said no, but he's just really upset on the back end. And, you know, I get it. It's a
Okay.
kid. He just doesn't understand.
Oh, okay. Do you still have him on the line?
Yes, I still have him on the line. And, again, I couldn't find he couldn't give me anything regarding his grandfather's, you know, membership, so it's just under Jerry fee for service.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just talked to. If you want to, we're so tied up right now. We can't really do any non-member jobs right now.
Is Jerry a member? Did you find out if he was a member or not?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's his boat or what. I'm not sure what's going on with it. But yeah, transfer the kid over. I'll talk to him, and then I'll call his grandpa back as well.
All right. And did you want me to look up Jerry's membership number or anything like that to see if he's up? I know you guys are
You can
swamped.
try this cell phone number.
Yes, sir.
Anything on this phone number.
All right. Yep, it's Jerry. Yeah, he's an active member. Hold on.
What kind of boat do you have on there? Same boat?
Yeah, he's one. Yeah, he's one of your members. Yep, 22-foot Triton. All right. I'll just disregard this one. I'm gonna send you over an accurate one under this Jerry Ackerson one. Okay, he's one of your members. You'll get in a couple minutes. Okay.
Okay, perfect. All right. And, yeah, just transfer this kid over whenever you get a chance.
All right, transferring.
That's the end of that right there. I don't understand, bro. This shit crazy. It's so weird. This whole case is weird, man. Let me upload this. Pardon me, gang. I done burped and everything. This case is weird, weird, weird. Mm-mm-mm.
With a Nolan Xavier Wells update. Trayson Shepard went on Officer Race Tatum's podcast.
Shout out to Mary, man. Those entitled racist narcissists will get what due to them from Grandma in Oregon. Justice for Nolan. Shout out to Mary. She said football, huh? All right. I see you, Mary. Hold on. Let me show my face. Oh, you out there in Oregon, huh? College football kicking in too. You already know what's going on. Well, college football, you know, I'm a U fan, so yeah, college football. We throw that U up in here, man. We Miami up in here, man. Yeah, the U, man. I've been a U fan since the 90s, man. Let's get to that, man. Since the early 90s. Shout out to Mary, though, man. Salute to you and your family over there, man. I appreciate that. 4.99 super chat.
This podcast. And first of all, why do they think that's the right platform to go on a race baiting, racist podcast? Let's check this out.
The media activists are coming out and alluding to the fact that you may have something to do with what happened to Nolan on that day.
It hurts is an understatement. I beat myself up every night I lay down. Because in my head, if I wasn't drinking, if I didn't get into that altercation, maybe I would be able to do something.
There is something to me totally off at his body language. If you look, his arms are crossed. Now, if you talk to a body language expert, this means you're protecting yourself. Again, I see no emotion when talking about your best friend. And if your best friend's mom doesn't even know you?
So his mom got on TV, as everybody has seen, and said that she didn't know me. And, man, that can't be farthest from the truth.
So first of all, we don't know Tristan. We've never met him. To say, best friend, childhood friend, that's a bit of a stretch.
And another thing, calling your best friend's mom a liar is the exact opposite way of supporting your best friend. This does not feel like a best friend. And both of them, Warren, Tristan, neither of them get choked up at all when talking about their best friend. It just makes no sense to me at all why you think this is the right platform to go on.
He called me at 11 o'clock on the 4th to see where I was parked at.
He called you from the island at 11 o'clock, but he didn't arrive there till 11:15. How does that work? Now, he claims that there's no racism.
Our friend group is diverse from the max. We have a mixed guy. I mean, we had Nolan in our friend group. There's an Asian a part of our friend group. There's a Latino that they're trying to perceive as white. He's truly authentic Mexican. His parents are from Mexico. They came over legally and they did everything right, and he's been here since.
Oh, we have the most diverse group. We have one Asian guy. We got one Latino who got here in the right way. Like, what are you even saying here? Dude, that doesn't mean there's not racism. Let's look at the history of Mississippi and let's be real about what we're talking about here.
Nobody cares what color you are. So with Crump pushing this narrative, it's wrong.
Keep Ben Crump's name out of your mouth. This is the irony of it. They're saying there's no racism. There's no racism. He is a civil rights attorney. And realize they would have said the same thing about MLK.
It's backstabbing from a sense of a community that I thought I had. I come up and I speak. Now I'm the person to blame. Now I'm not dark enough for them. I'm not black enough for them.
No, you're just not loyal enough for us to Nolan. Because if you were, you wouldn't be getting all defensive. You wouldn't have come after his mom acting like she's some kind of liar. And you certainly would not be going on Officer Race Batum Tatum's podcast, because clearly nobody black is listening to this podcast or agrees.
Hey, yo, shout out to Secret Sam, man. I ain't got nothing to do with Secret Sam and Officer Tatum beef. Y'all just heard that from Secret Sam. Listen, we don't condone that. We don't condone racism. Listen, I just do content. I appreciate Tatum giving us content from the boys. But Secret Sam, I mean, listen, that's between you and Tatum. I rock with you, Secret Sam. Obviously, you see, I share a lot of your content. So I rock with a lot of things you say, but yeah, Secret Sam, he went off on Tatum, though. Hey, yo, they don't like that, yo, I'm telling you, the internet is crazy, boy. Internet is bugged out, man. That's why I don't get in that I don't get in them politic things. I don't get involved in that, man. Nah, I don't get involved in that. Because as you see, Officer Tatum, he been on CNN, all that shit. Then you got Secret Sam, he been on Nancy Grace. He been on all. That's all. Nah, I mean, I respect all of them, but I don't. Nah, don't call me for them type of interviews. That's when you get involved in them politics, man. But shout out to Secret Sand because he don't bite his tongue for nothing. Secret Sand don't bite his tongue. Hey, yo, every bit he get try to diss on Tatum. He gonna say what he gonna say, boy. This shit is crazy, man. Mm-mm-mm. This shit is bugged out. Let me play one more before I start going down. This shit is crazy. He said, yeah, I don't know what black folks listen to that guy over there, Racing Tatum. Hey, yo, I swear, yo, Secret Sam don't be playing, man. That dude don't be playing, man. Secret Sam invited to the cookout, right, Jay Good? I'm telling you.
Coming back from doing the eulogy at the funeral in Mississippi for Dolan Wells, and then a day later, I was briefed by the family attorney, Ben Crump, and the pathologist as they prepared to release their findings that basically said it was inconclusive, in part because they held the body, the local county and district attorney people, longer than was able to determine some things, because he was already distorted, his body parts. But inconclusive is inconclusive, which is why the county there in Ocean Springs must release their autopsy. They had the body first. They had the tissues that had not been distorted. They need to release their autopsy, because the question that keeps resonating with many of us is that immediately law enforcement in that area, in Jackson County, Mississippi, said there appeared to be no foul play, which prejudged any autopsy, which prejudged any investigation, which prejudged them talking to witnesses. They had already said there was no foul play. That's why I got involved. That's why others got involved, like Tyler Perry, like Byron Allen, like Terrell Owens, a football player. Because to say there is no foul play before an investigation is a foul play itself. So if they want to know what the uproar is about, the uproar is what they caused. Because what they did was foul.
Now listen, like I said, I don't get involved in politicians. I know what Ben Crump is about. I know what Al Sharpton about. I've been around. I'm an 81 baby. So you do the math. I ain't old and I ain't young. I'm right in that bit. I look, you know what I mean? I look good for my age. I keep myself good. I keep myself in shape and all that. Watch what I eat nowadays. I'm all right. But I know what Al Sharpton history bugs. I know a lot of people like, yo, he's a race baiter and all this. You know, Al, you listen, I ain't got nothing to do with that shit. But one thing I appreciate them doing is coming down to Mississippi to try to figure out what's really going on with Nolan Wells' case. That's what I appreciate. Because not for nothing, if we would have left it on the hands of Ocean Springs, pardon me, Ocean Springs, Lord knows what results, how long we would have got, how long the results would have came back, how long any type of information would have came back, how long of the autopsy. Obviously, we're still waiting. What is it? July 26th? It'll be the 27th. This is the last week of July. Hopefully, we'll get an autopsy this week. Last week is what? Thursday, I think. Thursday's the last week of July. Why is they waiting so long if they didn't hide nothing? So that I appreciate Ben Crump and Al Sharpton, even though a lot of people don't like their ways. I don't follow that shit. I'm not involved in that. I'm in hood politics. Yeah, that part. Yeah, I do the hip hop. Yeah, I'm in hood pop. I'm gonna let you know what's going on in hip hop, R&B, pop, all that. Anything entertainment, I'm gonna let you know what's going on. I'm in the hood politics. Yeah. I ain't getting involved in the politics. Don't be asking me about no Trump, none of that. I mean, 'cause the first thing I'm gonna tell you, Trump is a New Yorker. That's it. That's all I'm gonna tell you. He got a New York attitude, so. But I don't get involved in that shit, bro. I don't get involved in that, man. I don't get involved in that. He said, I think Trey fought Nolan. Yo, that's what people starting to think. People starting to think they Trey fought Nolan, man. And they all covered up because he came with them on a boat. But Trey said he ain't come on a boat. Trey said he came with his uncle. Real reality. Trey said he came with his uncle. But we don't know how that shit true because his uncle never confirmed that. There's no release in Tacoma area. That's a fact. The only one knows Nolan reality. Oh no. This shit's sad, man. It really is, though. I ain't gonna hold y'all. It's sad, bro. This shit is really sad, man.
Can I help you?
Hey, we're at the
Examiner might need the throat to figure out what happened. I mean, Joe Scott, it's on fire, claims that Nolan Wells had been lynched, that he had been strangled, asphyxiated. Do I believe a lynching occurred? No, I do not believe that. But I.
The reason why I'm bringing this back right here, because I want y'all to understand what they hiding. Nancy Grace brought this person up on Friday. Hopefully Nancy got a whole new episode coming tomorrow. You know, Nancy on top of this case. Like, Nancy, put me on your goddamn show. I ain't gonna follow this. I ain't with the politics, but I'll do the little true crime shit. I ain't gonna lie. I'll do the true crime shit because I'm kind of. It looks like I got a little technique with true crime and all this. I kind of figure things out sometimes. I don't know. I got a little special with that. I mean, God gave me a little gift with that. Nah, man, because when you go through a lot, you kind of put things together now, especially when you watch a lot of TV in 48 hours, Unsolved Mysteries. Y'all remember Unsolved Mystery in the 90s? I should be scared as hell when that song came on. But anyway, Nancy, put me on your goddamn show, man. Put me on your show. I'm very good at this true crime shit. But anyway, the reason why I'm bringing this person up, because they're going to break down the neck structure on why the hell is Mississippi's keeping that. Why is y'all keeping the throat part and keeping it on the shelf and just looking at that shit for 3 weeks like this? Damn, looking at each other like, what should we do, DA? We got the throat part though, but what should we say about this? What's the excuse about this? This is what they doing. They trying to come with a whole narrative. What narrative should we come with the throat thing that we keep it from the DC people, from the independent? They sitting there at chairs and shit, drinking, getting drunk. Yeah, we got to figure this out somehow. Y'all better figure it out because why y'all still got that? So when Nancy Grace bring a person on her panel that actually explains, there's when you do Ops House, it's really rare that they keep that part right here and they keep all this because that shows a lot. It can show somebody got strangled, choked, pressure on the neck, on a chokehold, anything. It shows all that. So when you keep that part, that's questionable. Hello, Ocean Springs, what are y'all doing down there, buddy? Yeah, I want y'all to hear this, though, one more time. We got to go back to this, yeah, so y'all can really have an understanding why Ocean Springs kept all this part. All this part right here. That's why they had a closed casket in Nolan Wells' funeral. Now it makes sense. Because Ocean Springs got all this part down there. Who the hell want to look? I can't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine, being honest. I couldn't even imagine, bro. Let's continue though.
I do know I need to see the neck.
Yeah, and let me tell you where the neck is. It's or the organs of the neck, as it's referred to. These neck structures are actually being held by the Mississippi State Medical Examiner's Office, and they don't just arbitrarily hold things like this, Nancy. This is something that would commonly go with the body when the body is released. So,
You just heard them. It's commonly normal that goes with the body when you sending the body to somebody else. For some strange reason, Mississippi want to take that whole part. And for the people that jump in the comment, oh, hey yo, mod. I don't know if my mod's on point. Let me go through these chats. Miss Special, she in here. All right, I got to get a couple more mods in the building too, though, to be honest. I'm going to send a couple of lunch out. I see Slade guys. He always in here too. Shout out to Tay Cowboy. I got to send a couple on wrench out. But yeah, it's uncommon that they just keep a body and keep the top part. Y'all don't think it's no suspicious for the people that think that trust the process for Ocean Springs? Exactly. Let that be your goddamn son, nephew, or cousin, something like that. You'll be bugging out if you don't see the goddamn neck structure on the body. You'll flip the hell out, especially if you're a mom. You'll faint. You'll be like, what the hell is going on here? Where's the rest of my son body at? Hello. As a mother and as a father, I'll bug out. And they still got it to this day. They had to do a funeral without it. Think about that. They had to bury their son without it. Unless they cremated him. Now, I mean, I don't know. That's none of my business unless they cremated. I don't know. But I doubt that because they got the, I mean, they had to keep the body because they still, yeah, they ain't cremate him because they got to find out the truth. So imagine having a funeral and your son or your nephew, whoever that's related to you, they ain't got their upper body on their neck. How will you feel? Shout out to Mama Love.
this, Nancy, this is something that would commonly go with the body when the body is released. It's or the organs of the neck as.
But I do know I need to see the neck.
Yeah, and let me tell you where the neck is. It's or the organs of the neck, as it's referred to. These neck structures are actually being held by the Mississippi State Medical Examiner's Office, and they don't just arbitrarily hold things like this, Nancy. This is something that would commonly go with the body when the body is released.
Shout out to Gohar for that comment. We don't even know if Nolan was in the box. That part. Shout out to Gohar, man.
So I deduce the fact that they have seen something there that they're trying to hold on to from an evidentiary value. Remember, the state still has an ongoing investigation in this case, and they see evidentiary value in this. And yes, I know that the second autopsy prosector up in D.C. would have liked to have seen this, but he understands this, why they would retain it. And it is being retained, I can promise you that, as are other tissue samples. But the problem is that when you get into these structures in the neck, one of the things you're trying to assess is, was this a drowning? Also, is there any kind of trauma? If people will just put their hands right here in the midline of your neck, you'll feel that kind of cartilaginous body there. That's cartilage, right? That can be fractured. Need I remind you, Epstein, right? So
you heard that? That part could be fractured. How can it be fractured? Hello. Pressure on the neck, hands, choke, or you get hit with something in your neck. But I doubt that. I think of more pressure on the neck with the hands and the choke. I told y'all what happened for the last couple of lives, bro. They accidentally, whoever he got to fight with, they choked him out. They choked him out. Allegedly.
you're trying to assess is, was this a drowning? Also, but the problem is that when you get into these structures in the neck, one of the things you're trying to assess is, was this a drowning? Also, is there any kind of trauma? If people will just put their hands right here in the midline of your neck, you'll feel that kind of cartilaginous body there. That's cartilage, right? That can be fractured. Need I remind you, Epstein, right? So you have to examine this. Also, here's our word, Nancy. They're talking about the hyoid is missing as well. So they don't have that.
Show
They've
me
retained.
Joe Scott Morgan, because show me Joe Scott. You and I, hyoid, we know what it is because you and I have handled a ton of asphyxiation, ligature, manual, strangulations, you name it. Hyoid, explain. It's so delicate.
Yes. Yeah, and it's very, very far up the neck, Nancy. And one of the things that happens is that with the hyoid, it's generally only traumatized as a result of direct pressure that's generally applied by a throttling event or a C-clamp like this, throttling.
Nolan, stop playing with me, Nolan. Nolan, stop playing with me, Nolan. Nolan, stop playing with me. Nolan, you won't take me serious. You think I'm a joke? You think I'm a joke, Nolan? Let me break this down to reason why I did that. Because when you go back to a Warren interview, who had a temper? Through what the whole interview that Warren did, who had a temper that he kept mentioning? Wyatt. He said that Wyatt had a temper over the boat. He said, Nolan, get on effing on the boat. Get on effing on the boat. Get effing on the boat. We don't know how that argument led to. We don't know if Nolan, we don't even know if Nolan took that respectful or disrespectful. But we know that Wyatt had an attitude according to Warren. And he been drinking all day. Somebody got in a fight with him, bro. I could clearly see that. Somebody had Nolan in the chokehold, was talking mad shit. They was probably trying to grab the individual off of Nolan, but he had him choked so hard. By the time he let Nolan go, Nolan passed out, couldn't breathe no more. Or he had him like this. We just don't know who Nolan got in a fight with, but I'm kind of thinking it was one of his own friends that's close to Warren more because Warren called him his buddy all the time. It's got to be allegedly Wyatt or somebody else. Some people thinking it's Little Trey because he a little hothead. We did a live earlier on how he took his black name and changed it and everything. Am I lying, gang? His last name was Walker. He took that name out. I don't know what the hell his last name is now. He might carry his stepfather last name. I don't know. Or somebody else. This is Little Trey from my live earlier. If y'all didn't catch the live, go check that out. He's a little hothead. Mama Love said she don't really even know the kid like that. What I said in my last live. You know why Mama Love said that? Because she probably always looked at him like a bad influence for Nolan. That's why she don't seem him as a good friend for Nolan. There's some shit going on, bro. Somebody got in a fight with Nolan, and they covering up for the others, and the others, bro. I think it's Warren, little bro. You think Warren fought him? Warren brother put him in the arm bar and choked him out with this evil. That's what everybody thinking too. Everybody thinking that Warren brother fought him. Why is on meth allegedly here too? They was on something. That's a fact. Real Reality Productions. Yeah, Warren brother fought someone and put them in the arm bar. That's Warren brother. Warren brother fought somebody and put him in the arm bar. And you know what's funny? He said Nolan was nowhere around that event. But they got there by 11:15. So what time did all these fights happen by the time y'all left by 4:30? That's a lot of negative shit going on by 4:30. We got 2, 3 fights going on. I mean, it's a lot of shit going on. And y'all telling me Nolan was nowhere for that activity? We spoke about that in my last live. They got there by 11, and 11:15. Let this marinate in your brain. Warren said that his brother got into a fight. We don't know the timeline because Warren never gave us the time. But he always remember the time he seen Nolan. How the hell you remember the last time you see Nolan, but you don't remember the last time your brother got into a fight? You don't remember the time that your brother got into that scuffle on the island, but you remember exactly the time that you seen Nolan, 3 o'clock. Am I lying here, chat? That's how you know it's the cover up. Because how the hell you remember the last time you seen your friend, but you don't remember the timeline of that scuffle of your little brother that you dropped the beer and you ran over there, you said, because another girl told you your little brother was fighting? So you had to have a watch on if you remember the last time you seen Nolan. So what time was the fight? Y'all arrived there by 11. And then we got another altercation. We got little Trey. He in a whole nother altercation in the fight. He said he seen Nolan 10 minutes. After he seen Nolan 10 minutes later, he got into a fight. His story don't sound right. Yeah, I seen Nolan with the girl. I had a little slick word, and I left 10 minutes later. I got into a fight. So how the hell Nolan didn't see you fighting? You just seen him 10 minutes ago. This shit doesn't make no... What I said in my last live, gang, they making it seem like Nolan jumped off the boat and went to go chase some poom poom all day. He didn't see the fights. He didn't see no arguments. He didn't see nothing. Nolan was nowhere around for this shit. He just jumped off the boat. Yo, I see Katie. Let me go hug her. Let me go chill with her for 8 hours. And he didn't see none of this activity going on. Warren said Nolan was nowhere to be at his little brother fight, which is hard for me to believe. Little Trey said that, yeah, Nolan wasn't around at that activity either. When he about to get in a fight with a whole white dude, remember, he said he got in a whole scuffle with the white dude. He said they was punching each other. He said Nolan wasn't around for that either. But you just seen him 10 minutes ago. Somebody said Nolan was scuba diving. Yeah, man. Hey, yo, shout out to Tom. Shout out to Tom, man. Tom crazy. He said he was scuba diving. I gotta get some more, man. Hold on. Let me throw some more wrenches while I'm here right quick. Let me throw some more wrenches. I need like 2 or 3 more monitors. I gotta get some membership monitors too, to be honest. Where all my members at? I gotta look on YouTube. Hold on, let me look on YouTube right quick, cause they don't show me on here. Oh, they do show me here. I gotta get some of my members some wrenches. What we got here? Nah, we're gonna continue, gang. We chilling. Y'all know how Smoke do. We do the day in 3, 4 hours if we want to. Whatever I'm tapping out, y'all know how I do. I need like 2 or 3 more monitors though. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Let me get Slade Guy one, man. Slade Guy, you want a wrench? Cause you always in here, man. Yeah, Chill. I gotta get Chill one. Yeah, cause Chill been around for a minute, bro. I got you, Chill. I got you. Hold up. Hey, Chill. I just threw you one. I just threw you one now. Cause I need some. Cause a lot of my mods be sleep too, man. I be popping out all types of nights. I'm about to start popping out after 12. Y'all already know. Yo, Slade God, I already threw you one. Take that, man. I gave Slade God one. What else I'm missing? You already know. I appreciate that, champ. Yeah, because I be needing, I mean, some of them, you know how these trolls be, they be jumping in. I got time for them all day, though. You know how I do. The special be on that shit, too, but she can't be on top of everything. You got Tay up in here. You got a couple people. It's a lot. I got more ranches, more miles, but they just not in the chat. I don't know if they watching or not. That's why I said I gotta throw some more. Tony Gibson said, let me get one, champ. Look at Tony. Shout out to Tone, man. I got you, champ.
Modeling meaning like this, direct pressure happens is that.
Hyoid, explain. So delicate.
Yeah, and it's very, very far up the neck, Nancy. And one of the things that happens is that with the hyoid, it's generally only traumatized as a result of direct pressure that's generally applied by a throttling event or a C-clamp like this, throttling meaning like this. So manual strangulation, and an outlier here is ligature strangulation, but primarily hands-on. So they're looking for little fractures in here all along the way. So that has to be dissected along with there's a couple of other structures that you look at as well. They've held on to this for some.
Joe Scott, you're
Yes,
giving
ma'am.
me so much information. Let me tell everybody, if they don't know who you are, why you're here tonight. Okay? Joe Scott Morgan is a death investigator. He has investigated over 10,000 death scenes of all nature.
Shout out to Connie for that membership, man. Shout out to Connie for that membership. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate for being down with Team Smoke. I got to start throwing my memberships on some rents that be in the chat, too, to be honest. But I got y'all, so don't even worry about it.
You've only got a few choices. You've got homicide, suicide, accident, natural causes like a heart attack, and unexplained. Tonight, we've got 2 unexplained medical examiner's reports.
Yeah.
Why? We don't have the lungs in a potential drowning case. Why? We don't have the neck in a potentially, as you said, throttling case. Why?
Yeah.
Those are the 2 main things I want to see. Joe Scott Morgan, professor of forensics, Jacksonville State University, with a world-class criminal procedure department. I've toured it myself. He's the author of Blood Beneath My Feet on Amazon, and he is a star of a hit podcast, Body Bags with Joe Scott Morgan, and so much more, but that would take the whole program. Joe Scott, really? With allegations floating, very incendiary allegations of lynchings, of throttlings, of ligatures. The main thing I want to see, the lungs and the neck, and they're both missing. I have a problem.
Well, I don't know that the lungs are necessarily missing. Let me tell you how this works. They have done sections of the lungs at the ME's office in Mississippi. Now, the one thing that is included in this report relative to the second autopsy that's been released is that the doctor here, who is a fantastic doctor, highly credentialed relative to the ME's office in Mississippi, missing. Let me tell you how.
And the neck, and they're both missing. I have a problem.
Well, I don't know that the lungs are necessarily missing. Let me tell you how this works. They have done sections of the lungs at the ME's office in Mississippi. Now, the one thing that is included in this report relative to the second autopsy that's been released is that the doctor here, who is a fantastic doctor, highly credentialed, knows what he is doing, former chief medical examiner for DC, he is stating that he has taken tissue samples. He repeats this over and over again in the report. He submitted this for his own histology. Why is that important? Well, if you get into the lungs, that lung tissue, and he can identify it even in it, I'm going to be real graphic here, it arrived in a bag, okay? So he would have to pick through this, find lung tissue in there, and then sample that, and he's going to be looking microscopically for signs.
That's what, yo, let me tell you something. Nah, hell no. Why y'all keep the lung? The doctor in DC, this guy that's saying absolutely, this nigga's a head nigga in charge. He got resume, nigga. He's one of the top notch niggas in DC. I mean, listen, the independent autopsy, he's even giving this nigga heads up, phrasing that he's one of the best of the best of the best of the best. So for Mississippi to keep what they keeping, y'all absolutely covering something up. Because why y'all want to keep the lungs also? Because he's saying if you give me the lungs, I can absolutely show y'all what part of tissues was going on in here. If he drowned, something happened, but y'all kept the lungs. They kept mostly all the important things that we're going to actually ask questions over. And that's the problem that we have here. Shout out to Vince the Trucker, man, for being a member. Shout out to Vince Trucker for being a member, man. I appreciate that, champ. For real, I appreciate that. Ain't no way in the world you're gonna keep my lungs. Nah, man, send my lungs to the best of the best down there in DC. So he can understand what's going on up in here and see if I drowned or something. Oh no, Mississippi want to keep it though because I want to make it seem like it's something else. Nah, bro. Come on, man. Come on, Mississippi. Y'all gotta do better, man. What happened to the tech? What happened to the tight-knit community? Oh yeah, we tight knit community down here. We all roll together in Ocean Springs. What happened though? Why y'all not taking up for Nolan Springs? See, the thing I got a problem with y'all do this when he catching touchdowns for y'all. Oh, when he was in high school, resting his whole body and life and getting head injury, he catching touchdowns for y'all. Y'all up in the chair, y'all up in there cheering for him. Oh, what a great athlete. Yeah, he's different. But when a tragedy happened, where the community at now? Because I know what sports do. I know how sports can bring a big community together in all cultures, white, black, when it comes to basketball and when it comes to football, especially football. But then we got a tragic shit like this. The whole community don't come along together to find out the truth because one of the boys is one of y'all's. Let have been 3 Mexican kids on the boat with Nolan. Oh my God, the whole community would have been behind Nolan. Let have been 3 little Mexican kids on the boat, and I ain't got nothing against the Mexicans. I'm being honest. I'm just trying to be diverse. Let have been 3 Mexican kids, little black kids, and 3 black kids with Nolan, and something happened to Nolan. The whole goddamn Ocean Springs would have been behind that, though, right? Because they ain't one of y'all's. Oh my God, yo, like we can clearly see there was a choke involved in this, man. It's cool when it's cool when y'all do it. It's a problem we do it though, right?
Signs of drowning there. Tissue, and he can identify it even in it. I'm going to be real graphic here. It arrived in a bag, okay? So he would have to pick through this, find lung tissue in there, and then sample that. And he's going to be looking microscopically for signs of drowning there, and he'll make his own assessment. One of the things I'm concerned about, Nancy, and I hope that they did this down in Mississippi, is that when they do this initial examination, did they do diatom testing, which is you're looking for these little bits of algae that are distinct to both freshwater and saltwater. And if you find that within the system, that's also an indication that the individual may have been submerged and taken on water. So right now, we've got a lot of questions, but as the second doctor says, this is all still pending investigation.
And that's the second doctor. And this what, July 26th. July 26th. And we still ain't getting nothing from Mississippi. Make it make sense. You can't make this shit up, gang. You really can't, man. He said everything is political. That's a fact. Everything is political, man. Everything is political nowadays. You got the governor acting like he don't know shit. But we would have been in jail already going to court. That's a fact. Nigga, we would have been trial for murder and everything by now, nigga. Let it been me and two other homies, nigga. They'd be like, what? Lock them niggas up right now. We're charging them for murder. We would have been locked up right now, man. Hands down, man. Hands down, would have been locked up. That's just sad, bro. I can't, yo. He said they stuck drugs down his throat while he was unalive. That's why he kept the throat. Mm. The haters are very intimidated by the reward. They don't want transparency and accountability. That's a fact. We're wrong, Rihanna. Nobody want to take that reward because they don't want to be pointed at. That's another thing. That's a fact. Whoever take that reward, they're gonna tell them like, "Yo, keep me anonymous." Said, what if someone held him under the water? They would still be in the water with his lungs, right? They drowning. That's a fact, Ebony. And they kept his lungs, though. That's what make this whole shit strange. It's like, yo, see, that's what I bring up this. Oh, I can't, bro. I can't. Like I said, they cheer for you when you catch touchdowns. You making basketball buckets, last buzzer. Oh my God, we won the championship. They cheer for your ass, but let your ass get unalive in that town. All of a sudden, nobody isn't behind you. This shit is like, it just doesn't make no sense. Why would you keep the lungs? Why would you keep the throat? Why would you keep the structure? Why would you keep all that? As far as the county and the town, don't you want to see this kid get justice? Oh no, I forgot. Y'all want to protect the boys because y'all know something actually happened. But it's like, how the hell can we? That's how you know privilege, connections. That should run deep. I ain't even got a third. I don't even got a third word after that. I just got two words: privilege and connections. That should run deep, bro. That should run deep. And if you ain't got a Al Sharpton, Ben Crump coming down your town trying to help you, good luck. Because if them boys ain't never come down there, if them men ain't come down there and take over this case, not for nothing, privilege and that connections down there, they would have railroad the Wells family. They would have railroad Mama Love and them. Mama Love and them ain't had a chance with them. I'm being honest. And I know she probably would have pushed justice every day as she probably could have speak. But after a while, you're gonna get tired. It'd be like 10 years and you still ain't getting no answers. You gotta remember the parents get older. It's sad, bro. Because if it wasn't for Ben Crump and them, this shit would have never got no light. Because everybody obviously could tell that it's some type of foul play going on here. You keep the lungs, you keep the structure as his neck, the throat. You keep the most important shit that another doctor supposed to absolutely need so he can see what's going on here. But y'all kept that. And then you're gonna sit back and say, "Oh yeah, trust the process." Yeah, you gotta trust us. You gotta trust the process. Come on, trust what? What you're hiding. It's more like what y'all hiding instead of trust the process, to be honest. Shit, crazy, man. Because it shows foul play. He said we gotta pray for them after the storm because they gotta live there. Yeah, they gotta live there. They gotta get out of there, to be honest, go hard. If I was mama loving them, man, after a while, I'll get the hell up out of there, man. I'm being honest. Because not for nothing, after this shit, after this whole case end, and we get the results on what really happened, they got to get out of there, bro. Mama Love and all of them, they just got to move to another town over or something. He said Mississippi, Patricia, Mississippi autopsy is getting ready to get missing if they haven't already done. They're getting ready to fabricate what was found. That's what I think. I think they're gonna make a whole excuse. Oh my God, we lost the lungs. Yeah, we gotta pray. I don't know where the lungs went. I don't know where the throat go. Like, how the hell y'all lose a lung in the throat? They're gonna try to come up with some slob ass story, yo. I swear to God, yo. I just see it now, yo. I just see it now, bro. Watch when they drop that autopsy. They're gonna come with some straight bullshit. And then when they hand over the throat, the lungs, and everything, the next structure over to the independent autopsy doctor, then he gonna review it and he gonna see something wrong with that shit. Watch. Watch. That's exactly what's gonna happen. They're gonna send that body over there. He's gonna find something wrong with it. Watch. Or hopefully he will find something wrong with it, to be honest. Shout out to Forever Lisa, man, for being a member. Shout out to Forever Lisa for being a member of Team Smoke. Appreciate you for being down with the membership. Appreciate you supporting the channel. All love over there. Appreciate that. Yes, sir. He said Emmett Till deep. Yup. Nolan Wells is all our son. Justice for Nolan. He's saying that Dr. Independent Autopsy DC. The best of the best, Dr. Autopsy, he's gonna find. That's what they said. They said that doctor down there in DC. They said he the best of the best, not for nothing. They said he the best of the best. That's why they kept them main parts. I'm trying to tell y'all, cause they didn't want to play with that. When they found out who was the doctor down DC, they said, "Oh hell no, we got to keep these parts." That's exactly what they did. They kept them parts. Too much evidence. That's a fact. I said Ben Crumb better come live tomorrow morning. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, not for nothing, Ben Crumb better just come live and be like, yo, listen, y'all better drop that goddamn autopsy. That's what y'all need to do in Mississippi. I say that Tatum interviews enough arrest warrants. I swear, man, I should be enough. Yo, you ain't lying, right? That Tatum interview, that should be enough, though. I ain't gonna hold you, yo. I ain't gonna hold you. That shit should be enough. That should be enough right there, boy. Because them boys was dry snitching like a motherfucker. I swear to God, pardon my language. They was dry snitching like a mug, boy. Shut out the Roof, man. Hey, yo, Roof, make sure you hit my IG, too. Ruthie T. Make sure you hit my IG. Follow me on IG, Ruthie T. Roof T, make sure you follow me on IG. Yeah, this nasty work though. This shit crazy, man. So I pray the evidence facts that won't be redacted where it will be denied the knowledge. And wait, man, put some smoke cursor there. Oh, you already know what it is, man. I ain't blowing on no Reggie over here, nigga. I don't know about the other platforms. There ain't no Reggie over here. Yeah, we got sativa. We got all that over here. They did at the ball. He said, boy got nervous because Sarge still officer. He came out. Big cost. Maybe the accident killed all of that. He said the person that did the autopsy is very suspicious too. Yeah. But Black Cherry, the person that did the autopsy in DC, he found more problems than obviously well, he had 7 questions for Mississippi. Let me take it back. The doctor in DC had 7 questions for Mississippi on why the hell they didn't bring that to him. And remember when Ben Crump read that shit and he sounded mad crazy? Let me see if I still got that damn video of Ben Crump sound like he in kindergarten reading that shit. Shout out to Ben Crump, but when he read them goddamn big words, I'm telling you, yo, Ben Crump be sounding crazy. There you go. I got it right here. All right, let me delete one of these.
Cannot rule out if any intervening non.
Now, these are the 7 questions from Nolan Wells' independent autopsy. I'm glad I grabbed this one, actually, because these are the main 7 things that the DC doctor was like, yo, that, like, hold up, what y'all doing down there in Mississippi? Why the hell y'all got this shit going on down there? We need this over here. These are the 7 questions they got for them. They got the lung, the throat, and there's other things that he was asking, like, I need that down here. What are y'all doing in DC? And remember, the lady down there in DC, a lot of people don't trust her. She got a little reputation down there, the little doctor autopsy lady down there, Miss Turner. Allegedly. We spoke about it before a couple lives ago.
Cannot rule out if any intervening non-accidental factors contributed to or caused the death of Nolan Wells. Understand, he's saying based on the examination of the body, he cannot rule out foul play. That is significant. With the following questions still outstanding, number one, what were the to or caused the death of Nolan Wells? Understand, he's saying based on the examination of the body, he cannot rule out foul play. That is significant. With the following questions still outstanding, number one, what were the circumstances that led to Nolan Xavier Wells entering the water? Number two, what was the body position when it was found? We know that a member of the United Cajun Navy said that he was face down and he was fully clothed. Number three, where's there water in the airway? Remember, he talked about the lungs and the airways. Were they filled with water? Number four, is there any evidence of injuries to the anterior neck structure? We got the autopsy without his neck. We got the body without his neck at the time of the second autopsy. Number five, is there any evidence of any intracranial hemorrhaging? He said that is going to be very significant. Things that he could not observe at autopsy that the initial medical examiner would have been able to observe. Number six, what was the composition of the stomach contents? He talks about that being important because when was he found? How long had he been in the water? How long had it been since his last meal? All those things become relevant factors when you're trying to do a thorough and impartial autopsy. And number 7, what are the toxicology report findings? He said the best classification again for the cause and manner of death for Nolan Xavier Wells is undetermined pending investigation. This forensic pathologist reserves the right to review and incorporate additional forensic pathology information into his opinion as it becomes available. He says the above opinions are expressed to a reasonable degree of medical certainty. Dr. Roger A. Mitchell, July 19, 2026.
So Mississippi, those are 7 questions Ben Crump got for you. Well, not Ben Crump, the doctor in DC got for you. Can we get them body parts? Can we get all them questions solved? Can we get some answers on why y'all keep the just all that and everything else, lungs and everything? Like, let's be serious. Come on, man. You said it was 4 other black people. They effed up. Yeah, Miss Turner. Miss Turner effed up like 4 other black ops. I think I had that on picture too. I don't know where the hell that shit go. I don't think I got that shit anymore, to be honest. But she screwed up a couple other cases. What y'all think though, man? Shit, I'm over here chilling. Y'all know how I do. What y'all think going on though? I think we're gonna get justice, or y'all think they're gonna get over this? What y'all think? Seriously. This shit like a movie. Yeah, it really is. This shit like a whole movie, to be honest. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I don't think them boys gonna get charged. I don't think they're gonna get charged though. If they do, they're gonna get charged for some. I ain't gonna say them or somebody. If it come back foul play, they're not gonna get charged on what they're supposed to get charged with. If they don't got enough evidence as far as cameras and shit like usually we have on the land. You know, when somebody spinning block, clock, boom, next thing you know, oh man, they got the plates on camera, nigga. Oh man, I forgot to cover the camera and shit. I forgot to cover the plates. They be having all that type of shit. When a nigga run down on a nigga, clock, boom, they got a ring camera, nigga. They can tell the whole body frame of you running and everything. Next thing you know, we got a whole hotline, nigga, they snitching on you. We don't got that in this case. We don't got a club and a fight broke out in the club and you got cameras and all that. You can see angles. We don't got that. We got a whole island, water, and boat. But one thing I'm gonna tell you though, them boats got goddamn cameras. But how tight knit the community is, how little Trey was saying it. Obviously, it's not working for Nolan. It's working out for the boys and Little Trey and his friends, the buddies, whatever you want to call them. So the tight knit community they got going on is not favored for Nolan. It's more favored for the boys. That's why I say they're gonna get a less charge. Watch. Or nobody might not get charged at all, to be honest. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Because that little tight-knit community they want to bring up, yeah, we love Nolan. It's a tight-knit community. Well, obviously, you're not favored for Nolan. Y'all favored for the others. Y'all would have came out with more videos, more witness, more people talking, more people saying they seen Nolan on the island, confirming the boy saying that, yeah, you know, Nolan was on the island. We seen him out there at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Then we would have had a person that said, yeah, you know, he was on our boat when the boys left. We don't hear that shit from none of them on their behalf. Them. Cut it the F out, man. That little tight-knit community, that shit is helping for them, not Nolan. That shit is straight bullshit, to be honest. Hold up, gang. Y'all already know what I'm doing. Gotta get right. What we got going on in the chat, man? He said if we told with Charles, so I don't know what the world's watching. We will see the consequences of this trade. They didn't mention anything about asking for his phone. Said prosecutor, but Nolan, what we were talking about, and into GPS. And he said he was telling Nolan. He said not all road are going to be charges. It's a body that was found in the island. Right there, security. Running charge being small. But I think it was choked. I think he was choked, not drowned, because he will be easier to say he drowned in the autopsy. That's why he kept through. He kept that through in the long. Yeah, that's a fact, Derek Thompson. That's why they kept that shit, because it'd be easy. I think he was choked. That's exactly. Everybody say that. Everybody assumed that he got choked out, bro. There's no way in the world you're gonna keep that body part. No way, yo. No way. No way in the world. Only way you're gonna keep that part because obviously there was some foul play. It's a good place for all of them. The girl that said my God needs to be questioned. I'm telling you, that 911 call tells it all. You clearly hear somebody in the back talking about chess, Wyatt, all these niggas. Like, that shit doesn't make no sense, bro. Them boys was high up. They was drugged out their mind that day. I'm trying to tell you, a legend. And everything I say is a legend. It's a legend. It's a legend. But when you hear them boys that 911 call, them boys sound like they high out their goddamn mind, man. And they sound drunk, bro. Carmelo, holy shit. While I was in the boat, that's really like a movie. Tyler getting out. I'm telling you, man. Tyler Perry about to make a whole goddamn movie about this shit, respectfully. Let me get up out of here, man. We've been here, what, 2 hours, 40 minutes? We be back on tomorrow. Hopefully we get a goddamn autopsy, right, gang? I swear. Hold on, listen. Let's all pray with Mississippi. Hold on. Let's all pray for Mississippi. Mississippi. Can y'all please drop that autopsy tomorrow? What the hell is y'all hiding, man? Drop this shit tomorrow, Monday. Drop that shit tomorrow, Monday, the 27th, and we can find out the truth. And then when y'all drop the autopsy, y'all can send the lungs and you know the neck structure, y'all can send that to the good doctor down there in DC. And then he can find out what's going on also. And then this case will be closed. What are y'all hiding? Y'all hiding something, man. Y'all hiding something, man. I said maybe tomorrow. That's what I said, Dust TV. Maybe tomorrow, man. Maybe tomorrow. Let me get up out of here, gang. Shout out to all my moms. Shout out to all my new members, man, that got their membership today. I appreciate the love, man. Appreciate to all the new members that grabbed their membership. Grab your membership to support the channel, man. Be part of Team Smoke. Shout out to all my mods, man. Shout out to the new mods that I gave to the rents too. Shout out to Chill. Shout out to a couple others I gave it to. And yeah, we're gonna continue the shit on tomorrow. Hopefully we get a goddamn autopsy tomorrow and see what the hell's going on tomorrow. I don't know. To be honest, I don't even think they're gonna drop it tomorrow, to be honest. I don't know when these people are gonna drop, but hopefully they'll prove me wrong. But till then, rest in peace to Nolan Wells, rest in peace, know what I mean, to Nolan Wells and condolences to his family. Hopefully the truth will come out. Shout out to everybody, man. I'm up out of here. It's your boy Smoke News TV. If they know, they know. Salute, gang. We on to the next. Make sure you smash that like and that hype and that sub. Share the video also. Don't be a hater. Smash all that. I'm out of here, man.
This is Smoke News TV. We back in the building. Let's get to it. Smoke News TV, where the truth gets revealed. Every headline getting peeled, every rumor getting grilled. Hip hop industry drama, every deal. If it's making noise, then you know I'm in the field. Smoke News TV. I sit back and wait on it. Cause the truth always rises when the smoke starts clearing. Smoke News TV. We back in the building. Breaking down the latest, every story got layers. Everybody got opinions, I'ma do the homework first. Looking past the captions, digging deeper than the surface. Cause every viral headline don't determine what the truth is. Beef, contracts, albums, interviews. Who's making power moves, who's just chasing views. Some call it gossip, I call it research. Connecting every dot before I give my first words. If it's solid, I'ma say it. If it's weak, I'ma call it. If I catch somebody moving funny, that's nasty work. Close Smoke News TV. We back in the bill. Smoke News TV. We back in the. No bias over here. I just call what I see. Whether legends or the rookies, everybody gets reviewed. Culture over clout, that's the code I live by. Every episode, another conversation amplified. So yo, if you're rocking with the movement, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel and hype your boy up. Every time the smoke rises, you